Hey, hello Julius.
Hi Fiona. Okay, first of all, good morning and
morning.
thank you so much for. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I can see you're very excited to start, eating the pastries and stuff.
They look very delicious.
Yeah,
So-
but that will have to wait because
Okay, yeah.
first of all, I want to thank you for joining me here on this Coffee with Bushiroad series. Yeah, so as I think you understand, this series is just to highlight some of the insights into what Bushiroad staff actually do, to bring the game to the players. Yeah, and you do events, and I'm sure a lot of our audience and our players have seen you around events as well. Not just in Singapore, but in maybe Cardiff, France, or wherever you have been to, because you go around the world to organize events and plan tournaments for everyone.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. And you have been with us since August last year.
Yeah.
So I think you are with
1
us
year plus, yeah.
about 1 year now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Yep.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, I have prepared some snacks and coffee and tea for us. So would you like coffee or would you like some tea?
Some tea, please.
Okay, tea. Well, good news. I have a few different blends. This
what's this?
this is English breakfast. Yeah. And then
Too strong.
too strong. Yeah, I like English breakfast. I like strong blends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this is some kind of fruits infusion.
Yes, this.
Yeah, and you can. You can even listen to the.
No.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
you
the
can
one.
even see like some real berries and.
Yeah, it's a very nice sweet smell.
Yeah, it's very fruity. So this is what you want?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
please.
All right. But just for the record, the other one is Earl Grey.
No, it's okay. I'll stick to my choice.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna prepare the tea. What made you, interested in joining Bushiroad as like an event planner?
Oh, wow. I guess, first of all, I like attending events. And I guess I also played like Bushiroad games before I joined Bushiroad.
Oh.
Yeah, so I started with Vanguard. And
Okay.
I think I've been playing for about three years now. Yeah, 3 years. So, that's how I knew about Bushiroad. And then I just thought like, I just graduated. I'm looking for a job, but I don't really want to kind of find a normal 9 to 5 job. I kind of just want to try something new. Because I'm still young, right? I'm still young.
we're all young here. We're all young.
Yeah, so I thought like, maybe let me try events. It's something that requires like a lot of like patience, and then you need to like be on the ball most of the time because you have to like solve all the problems as they come. And I guess that's why I was like up for a challenge, and I decided to just try it.
Okay, cool. So
let's.
So some snacks for you. You
Sure.
can help yourself.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think this one is yam. There's yam filling inside. Yeah, and these are scones with some nuts. Yeah, and then this is the red bean pastry.
Oh, what about this?
This one is also similar to a scone, like it has nuts
nuts.
inside. Yeah.
I'll go for the red bean.
Okay, yeah, it's nice. I wanted that.
Too bad.
Okay, so when you're planning events, like, especially in Singapore, do you see like your friends around as well? Like, do they?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you have some Vanguard friends.
Oh yes.
So you still see them during the event as well.
Yeah, I see them at the events, and it's actually very interesting because how the tables have turned. Like I used to be an event goer, and then now I'm the one organizing. So I think it is quite interesting to see both sides of like the event, like the back end and as an attendee. And what makes me like feel satisfied, right, is when the players kind of enjoy the event, and then especially my friends. Like I also want my friends to enjoy the event. So
Okay.
that's very nice.
Has there been anything interesting that happened between you and now that you're planning Bushiroad events and any of your friends that attended the event? Like, do they ask you like, hey, give me some tips or that kind of stuff, or like close one eye or anything like that?
They do sometimes, but it's all more of like a joke. So
Can I have an extra play, man?
that's like no. Then win.
Yeah,
win yourself.
Yeah.
Win yourself a playmat, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you want to have the top 4 playmat, be in the top 4.
Yeah, be in the top 4. You want an extra PR item, participation item, go travel somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they do ask, but I mean, they also know that it's still my job, so I have to be a professional and not like, give them stuff. It shouldn't be any biasness.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like you say, they're just joking and teasing you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So have you been interested in planning for an event before the job? Because you mentioned like you attended a lot of Bushiroad tournaments and events. So at the point of time, do you actually think, it might be good for me to plan an event? Did that occur to you?
I think more like I've attended events, other events, not even just Bushiroad events. And I just felt like, there are some things that maybe I had some ideas. Maybe this event could have had maybe some special side event or something like that. So I guess when I actually joined a company, Bushiroad did give me the chance to kind of develop these kind of new ideas. And that's when I had space for growth and I get to kind of implement some of the new things in the circuit. So we are kind of trying to change some stuff and hopefully the players enjoy it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good because if say Bushiroad doesn't give you the space and autonomy to actually do some new things and improve, you probably wouldn't enjoy the job as much because
it will be very rigid.
Yeah.
But not in Bushiroad.
Yeah,
so that's why I really like events.
And because of that, I can see our events changing. I think our numbers for players joining the tournaments have increased as well. So I'm actually very happy for that.
It's just mainly thanks to all the players. Actually.
Okay.
It's not really,
So what would you say is the most challenging thing when you're planning for an event?
Most challenging, I think, is on the event day itself. I mean, it's definitely it's the main event, but because you can prepare well ahead of time, you can do all sorts of things. You can imagine all the situations that might happen, and you can have plan A, plan B, plan C all the way. But sometimes things happen, and it's very unexpected. So we just have to keep, be very on the ball and fix any problems as they come.
Okay. Yeah, because no matter how much planning you do, there's
there's no way.
There's no way you can foresee.
There will never be a perfect event.
Like you want everything to be done at this time. Everything done at the no way.
No way.
So can you tell us what probably one memorable challenge that you had to overcome during any of your events? If there is any that particularly sticks in your mind.
I think it's World Finals. I think this year.
In Japan.
Yeah, in Japan. So it was actually my first time being, kind of participating as a organizer in such a big scale event, like World Finals. It's like the biggest event, and then I felt a lot of pressure, and I guess I just felt very alone. And when things really weren't going very well, it was so hard to continue. And my colleagues were actually there to tell me like, hey, everything's gonna be fine. You're just gonna just don't give up. Continue doing what you're doing. Things will be better. So that's kind of heartwarming to me because I realized that I'm not in this alone. I have my team. I have you, you, and that's how I guess I managed to overcome those challenges. Like, I know we could have done better, and that's why I really hope that this year's World Finals will be better. So cheers to a good World Finals 2019. So, and you are going to this coming January's World Final. Yes.
Yeah. So I guess I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. See you there. I'll see all the players there.
Yeah. Okay. So from what I can understand about that is, planning for an event is not just a very physical draining job. It's very emotionally draining as well, like what you mentioned. And what's interesting is that you mentioned you felt very alone. Could you elaborate more on that? Like why do you feel alone when you're doing that event?
I think because I didn't, before this, I find it hard to trust people. I think it's more of a personal thing. So, sometimes you feel that if you do it alone, things won't go as wrong, because with more people, there are more things that can go wrong. So that was kind of like a barrier, I guess, for me. So it was very hard to let people know, like, hey, I'm struggling with this, can you help me? So I've actually, throughout that, I learned to ask people for help. And I guess that made me grow as a person.
Wow.
So deep. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a great story. Yeah, because one wouldn't expect, people to, I guess, like maybe most people, especially if they haven't entered the workforce, they might see work as just work, and they kind of like separate work from life. But I guess work actually is part of your life, and then if you grow in work, you grow professionally, it helps with personal growth as well. Yeah. So I'm very happy that you overcame all those different obstacles. Yeah.
It's just thanks to the people in Bushiroad. They are really very nice. They're very kind. Not like just saying, complimenting everybody. It's just that, they've made me feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy like going to work.
Yeah.
Every day.
And I think this aspect of understand building trust with your colleagues and your friends, I think it comes especially strong in your current role with events planning, because there's no way you can run an event by yourself. So I guess you kind of have to learn how to build bonds with all your teammates. Yeah.
Actually, it's not just my teammates. Like, there's a lot of communication between internal and external parties. So we actually have to liaise with like the different officers. We have to liaise with the development team, the design team. We have to work with the marketing team. We have to work with like even mobile as well. And then it's more of like we have to communicate to each different teams, and that takes it's not something that you can run away from. Yeah. And also like we have to outsource like PR items, like for example like storage boxes or something like that. Yeah, we need to liaise with other suppliers, so it's a lot of communication.
Yeah. So it's not just planning, you kind of have to communicate with a lot of different vendors and parties as well. Yeah. So I guess, because I from the designation of events planner, people would think you're just planning events all day long, but that's probably not true, because you have to, like what you said, you have to do a lot of other stuff as well, such as planning, the PR items, contacting vendors. Could you tell us a bit more about the kind of like your day-to-day routine when you're not actually planning for an actual event? Like what do you have to do? Probably a lot of emails.
Yes, a lot of emails. And actually we plan like each circuit more than half a year before.
Wow.
So during that time, we actually first have to start like making the logo. We have to decide the format, like is it team league or is it a single kind of format. And then we also need to source for new shioko. As in, we will ask Nishi Sensei to design a new shioko for each circuit.
For each circuit, right?
Yeah.
So I guess if players notice, they will notice that each shioko for each circuit is different. Yeah.
Actually, it's not really different. She's just wearing different
clothes. Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, if her face is different, then she's not shioko.
Yeah. I think all the shioko fans out there will notice. So,
I suppose, yeah.
All the hard work is noticed.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. And then I guess after that we need to liaise with the development team. We need to start preparing like the PR cards that we want to use for the circuit, like participation. We have the short challenge as well, regional champion, stuff like that. And then I also will start thinking of new PR items that we want to produce, like play mats. We can have storage boxes. We can have dice. Like now the new buddy fight live counter. And that was something that I really wanted. So I'm very glad to see like from my idea it became like actual thing.
Yeah. From how it came from your idea and then it materialized into it.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. I feel like a little proud moment when it actually came out and I saw it.
Yeah. Remind me again. Has that live counter been given out yet?
Yeah.
So how do you feel when you see players taking that, using it in their games and tournaments?
It feels very. I don't know how to. I really don't know how to express my thoughts.
Let me try. Maybe it's like a
yeah, I guess so. It's very nice because like if they like it, it means that I did a good job. Yeah, so I hope they use it more.
Well, I guess a lot of our colleagues like it as well. They're like passing over.
Wow!
Yeah.
I mean, I like it also.
Yeah.
I'm
sure you will.
I have one on my table.
But I don't have one.
What? I'll give you one later.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so just now you mentioned you actually meet some of your friends in events. But I went with you on a BSF 2019 just earlier this year at Cardiff, UK.
Cardiff.
And I noticed it's not just local players. I mean, over there you have, I think it was someone from France, if I'm not wrong. I think a group of people from France, they were coming up to you at the counter and just like, thank you for the tournament or something.
Yeah. Actually, I think there were a few people from France, people from Italy as well.
Italy.
Yeah, I think because I met them at World Finals, they actually remembered me. And I do remember them also because before that, I was actually in charge of like their flights and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, so I personally talked to them and then they remember me and they're like, hey, saw you at World Finals. Thank you for organizing this, BSF. I really like it. Yeah, it's very nice because most people would kind of like complain about the event, right? But it's nice to see that some people still enjoy the event, and that makes me more motivated to organize better events for them.
I guess once in a while you get the kind of player who comes up to you and just really sincerely thank you for organizing the event, and then amidst the chaos in the event like you described earlier, that can be like a very warm fire in the middle of a winter.
Yes.
It's just like, thank you so much.
All hope is lost. Nope.
So I was quite surprised. Oh wow, they're really nice people over there, and they just come up to you and thank you.
Yeah, they're really nice. Actually, UK was my first time in Europe in general. So it's a very interesting perspective because it's very different from Singapore.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's also very cold. I remember you wearing like a few layers when we were walking outside. Yeah.
It was very, very cold. Okay, so I guess since you have so much experience about attending about the events here in locally in Singapore, as well as tournaments around the world, what would you say is like the cultural difference among the tournaments over there and over here?
I think different countries, they kind of have a different perspective towards tournaments. Like for Singapore, it's more of like, I want to compete. I think they're more competitive. And some like countries outside, of Singapore, they are more, they like events because it brings people together. So some people, they like BSF, like Team League. And then some people, they like BCS, which is more competitive. So that's why we actually have two different circuits. So we can cater to both different players. And I think I personally like Team League because for me it's more about the friends. But then again, BCS you get a free trip to World Final. So I think it's also a very good incentive to join.
Yeah, I think it's exactly like what you say. BSF caters to people who want to enjoy the game with friends. They join. I think some of them even travel. I think some they were from Italy and then they travel all the way to Cardiff, with their friends and then just join and then they have fun whether they win or they lose. And at the same time, on the other hand, BCS, like what you said, caters to the competitive group. So they're really passionate about the game and then they want to prove that this deck, maybe it's not the meta deck. They build this deck and they really want to prove themselves. Fiona, what advice would you give to people who might be thinking of becoming an event planner like yourself?
I guess being an event planner requires a lot of, like I said, like they need to be up for a challenge. So because it's always unexpected, you really need to learn how to kind of be calm in the chaotic situation, and then really think what's the best solution that you can come up with at that point of time. So if you're up for a challenge, this is the job for you, you know. I guess the person has to just try their best. Yeah, I think just trying our best at anything and everything. That's already a one step further. Yeah, than not just just giving up, stuff like that. Because personally, I actually graduated from a science major.
Oh.
So it's very weird. Like, oh, you're a science student, but I'm doing event planning now.
Yeah.
So people will be like,
Yeah.
At first, I thought like I wasn't cut out for it as well. So I just thought, you know what? I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna try. And if I fail, maybe I'm just really not cut out for it. And so I just decided to try. And the passion for gaming kind of like spurred me on to give it a shot. And Bushiroad actually came back to me, so I was like quite happy. Yeah, like so. That's why I joined. So I think for people who want to join Bushiroad or any company as an event organizer, they just have to, don't think that you cannot do it. As long as you try, you give it your best shot. If you really cannot do it, then there's always other doors open for you. But if you don't try, you won't know.
So for them, so in a nutshell, stay calm, and plan.
Yes.
Okay, so Fiona, I actually do have one final question for you, and that is, do you have anything that you might want to say, to players who have attended our tournaments in the past, or who might be thinking of attending a tournament?
I guess support us, join, participate. Yeah, just before, like I said, I was an event goer. I participated in Bushiroad events before, and I thought that it's very nice. BSF, you get to form teams, you get to brainstorm, different ideas, deck ideas, and then you kind of compete together. So sometimes you actually play tests before the event, and it's like boot camp, and that's when they forge a stronger bond, and it's not really about the competition itself. It's more about the friendship. Like, hey, if I won, we won this together, or my teammate carried me. No, I'm just kidding. But that's why I really like BSF, or maybe because I'm not competitive.
Well, I mean, it caters to different players, yeah. Actually, you raised a very good point in saying how you get together with friends, and then it's like a boot camp. Because I remember interviewing champions at World Finals. I think it was last year's one, and then all the top three, they said almost the same thing. Like, when I ask them who they want to thank, it's always like their friends who helped them test the decks, gave them advice, or maybe even they had to borrow cards from them because they don't have the cards. So what I saw from there is that I think they're connecting, through our games.
Yes.
And I see something that's very heartwarming and very beautiful. Because I think, especially right now in our society, I think we're just so disconnected with each other. Because we are always playing mobile phones. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, because I use my phone a bit as well, and I play games on it as well. But I think once in a while, coming out, connecting with friends over a couple of games, having some tea. I think that's really nice, and I think that really provided them with the opportunity to do that. Yeah.
I think actually, it's not just meeting up with old friends or connecting. There's also a chance for you to meet new friends. For example, I have two people, I need another team member. You can actually gain friends through games, and I think that's why I really like gaming. It kind of brings people together from different countries, and it just breaks off all the geographical boundaries. Yeah.
Wow, that's a very poetic point. Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah, but anyway, for those who are scared of joining our tournaments, I don't think you should be scared. We're all nice people. At least I hope that we are nice people, and just come and say hi. We will be there, right?
Yeah.
So you can just say hi to any one of us. You can make new friends. Just enjoy the game.
Yeah.
So participate. And for those who have kind of supported us through our events. I really thank them for supporting us and continuing to support us throughout all our events, participating and stuff like that. It really makes me feel like there's a purpose. My job has a purpose. If you want to bring it even further, my life has a purpose.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said something about making friends through events. I just want to add on to the point. Just before we end the entire thing is, because when I attended, I think BCS Singapore, I think last year. I think some people, they came alone or they came with two friends or just one friend because they don't have enough, and then they look for a new teammate at the event itself. Like what you say, I think that's a great way to meet someone new. I mean, if you can't get a team, then fine, you can just go for the side events and stuff. But if you happen to find someone who's looking for a group as well, then you have one good friend, and you never know what sparks off from there.
It may become a very good, strong friendship in the end.
Exactly.
And it's through card games.
Yeah.
Who knew, right?
Yeah. And I feel that's nice and beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's the essence of gaming.
Gaming, yeah. Competitive at the same time, there's a way for you to make friends. Yeah. It's like a frenemy, your rival.
So.
At the same time, you're as friends.
I think that's only because as a card game, we require two people to kind of interact with each other. It's not like some kind of single player game.
Yeah, it's not solitaire. Yeah. All right. So I think it's a great interview. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have more tea.
Yes.
Yes, more
Coffee.
tea.
Coffee at Bushiroad, and so far none has picked coffee.
COVID-19 has definitely made things difficult for everyone. But that doesn't mean that our lives and hobbies have to come to a standstill. If we can work remotely, surely we can play remotely as well. That's the reason why you're introducing Bushiroad Remote Fight. By making use of Discord and online gaming messenger, now you can find opponents to play your favorite card games in this trying time. In fact, with Remote Fight, you will be able to play against not just the players in your region or user card game shops, but also the players from different regions. So, here are the things you need in order to remote fight. A computer with microphone and an external webcam. If not, a phone or tablet. A stand to hold the webcam or phone. Stable internet connection. A Discord account. Earphones are optional but recommended. And of course, your cards. If you're using a computer, attach your webcam to the stand in a reversed manner. This way, your opponents will see your field as though they are sitting across you. If you don't have a stand like this, feel free to improvise. For those using your phone to the remote fight, attach your phone to the stand at an angle so that it captures your field and allows you to see the screen at the same time. If you found a creative way to hold the phone, do share with us in the comments. If you're using a phone or tablet, lock the orientation so that the video can be reversed. Whichever setup you use, please make sure your opponents can see your field and cards clearly. If you don't already have Discord, you can download it at discordapp.com. Make sure your video and audio capturing devices are working properly under the voice and video settings. After that, join the Bushiroad Remote Fight channel with this link. Once you're in, you will see this message. React to the message by clicking on the game that you wish to play. This gives you access to the respective game channels. Then, go to the respective channel of the game you wish to play. To request for an opponent from the channel bot, type @fight once. Sending another @fight will cancel your request. When an opponent is found, the bot will inform you. Now you can video call and contact each other to proceed with the fight. Please be reminded that you may encounter new players, so let's all be kind and patient to everyone. We hope you have fun and stay safe. But that does not mean that our lives and hobbies have to become a standstill.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. We are back for top 8 today. How are you guys all feeling?
Ooh.
Excited.
Triple excited? All right. I'm Kai. We've got our friend Cap and Amar here, all rearing to go right.
Yep, raring to
It's
go
gonna be
right
good.
now. So can't wait to
with-
see what the top 8 is going to bring for us today.
Yeah, we're the first top 8 today, pretty much. So it's going to be a train of top 8s. Except maybe the last one. The last one, NA will be top 16, I think. But
Yeah.
let's kind of just look at what's been happening this week with the format and then next week as well. So Amar, take it from here.
All right, so everyone, you know you've watched it together with us. It was an action-packed day one, wasn't it? We've seen
That's right,
a lot
that's
of varieties on the
Yep.
Swiss round, and now we have our, soon-to-be crowned champion. You see, today we have the top 8. Everyone's excited for it, and I'm excited for it. It's gonna be the go-to because this is the first ever official standard tournament for BRO. I mean, pretty much everything is.
Yes, it is.
But that's what we have for January 8th and January 9th. But of course, the fun isn't over just yet, everyone, because coming in next week, in week number 4, we have Weiss Schwarz. Yeah, I think Kai, you're gonna be there as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Should be fun.
should be fun. All right. So January 15, we will have the Swiss round all together. January 16, yeah, is either the top 16 or top 8, depending on you guys joining in the fun. But of course, what is in for everyone here today? What do they have to get? So let's look at it. Cap, what are the prizes that the champions to be can expect?
Well, the champions to be can expect to walk away with a winner's PR. For the first 3 will be walking away with winner's PR as well. And that winner's PR for this standard tournament is actually Virina Expector with that beautiful congratulations print on there. The champion will be walking away with 4 copies of it, and alongside with 1 display booster set. As the first runner-up will be walking away with 2 copies and the booster set, and the third place winner will win 1 copy of that winner's PR along with that booster set as well.
Nice. And the bragging rights. Even fourth place
We can-
wins
Oh
the
yes,
certificate,
yeah,
right?
yeah. We got it.
The most
Yeah,
important part.
The most important thing is the bragging rights. Indeed, absolutely, you're right on that, Kai.
Exactly.
So, but Kai, what does our bracket look like for our top 8?
It looks very delicious, I have to say. Look at that. Beautiful. This is the top 8. We've got some well-known names from even just different past BROs. We've seen them a bit. We have Nut versus Fried Steaks at the top. Then we've got Keru versus Kevin Cho. And Keru was the best Saga player that we saw quite a few times, and Kevin Cho has been seen in basically every format. Then we got Muzrak versus something, and then last we got Man Long versus Jake, and we saw Man Long last week here as well in the V Premium finals. So
a couple of minutes ago, actually, in the NA side.
he's been playing. I don't know. Has he been playing? I think he has. It just feels like he has, right? So
He's joining the fun.
a lot of 24-hour crusaders. They've just been trooping on, playing every region.
Every region.
The dream is there, right? The dream is there to top every region if that's possible. But I think the best so far people have done is like 2 for one game, one format. Yeah, two regions for one game because you get that nice little break in between. I'm wondering if there's anyone who has topped every single. Actually, there is. I think Kevin Cho has topped every single format.
Kevin Cho has been in top 8 for every format. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, so we've got the Iron Man. The
Iron
Man.
The Iron Man. The man has definitely a lot of drive checks in him right now.
Yeah, he's had his cereal. It's good to go. And it'll be interesting to see how well he places here. But he will be facing Bav Saga, of course. We saw that. I think just before we go to decks, what do you think of the format in the top 8? I think the viewers will see it pretty soon. How about one word to describe our top 8 to give them a bit of a how do you say it? Yeah.
Bruce.
Insane.
Bruce, insane. Okay.
I will go with Bruce. So especially considering that a lot of the top a lot of the decks in the top 8 is actually Bruce decks. But that is just goes to show just how powerful Bruce has been since DBT03 and even before that as well.
Actually, have you seen the European region as well? Their top 8 is very, very different from ours.
It is
actually virtually different. I think there's quite a few Gravidias in that.
There's quite a few Gravidias in there. So, but that just goes to show just how different regions can really showcase the different, like, what is the best decks in those. So it's phenomenal to see, and that's what makes me excited about seeing the standard format. Just seeing even different decks as well top in different parts of the world.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and it's just really open format, right? Really open. We thought it's going to be Bruce and Loros just beating each other all day. It can happen. Sometimes happens. Sometimes there's even just one deck that beats each other all day in like Top Cut. But also, you look at the other field out there. You have like Barrows, Barrow Magnus. You've got we have like one Bav Saga here.
Bav Saga, sneaked in.
Sneaked in the dark horse. Yeah.
I can't say sneak in. I mean, Keru came in with such tremendous force, winning every round inside the stream matches. That's like insane.
That's right. Very confident plays. Very confident plays. Even just with this deck, you know. And we even have like the Gravidias being big, right? Actually big. So it'll be very interesting. I think NA is still wrapping up, but it'll be interesting to see how their bigger top looks like in the big scheme of things. But yeah, what do you guys think of the format as well? Set 3.
Well, set 3, we're looking into a lot of different decks being brought in. The thing that we've been talking about is that we've been expecting Bastion to be like, the third strong unit to be coming in, but unfortunately not so much. Relying heavily on only set 2 cards within. It's a bit unfortunate. And then we see Gravidia coming in strong. That's right. I can't wait. The rocks meta is gonna be everywhere for quite a while.
All right, so we actually have the decks ready now, so let's kind of take a look at the decks and swap there. So first off, we have SB TCG OG Nut. Right, he's got bring Bruce. Bit of a kind of an interesting one. It's got a few techs in there, right? We see the Quen Lu, the one Regina, so 2 Edens as well, right? Having this like other game plan that he can randomly go into, very unexpected. Also not having a full dive combo, right? He's kind of got 2 of them, but then surprise, we have a Pandemonium Tactics as well. What do you think, guys? What do you think?
What do you think, Amma?
Well, looking into this, I like the spicy tags. What we've discussed between myself and Cap is that when you look into the Bruce meta, it's always been Leonard or Eden. Going into for both, you can play both, but in itself, you don't have that clear runway path when it comes to Bruce. But I like this. I like the spicy text in. Look at the order cards that Nut has brought in as well. The utility. I mean, endless possibilities here and endless combos. That's what I want to look at when I look into a Bruce deck.
I agree with Amar on that. So there's a lot of uniqueness to this deck, especially with the 1 copy of Regina, Quen Lu, as well as Gear Dober. You expect to see like 3 Gear Dobers in total, but OG Nut is actually really going for that variety and for that power game as well with that 1 Regina.
That's nice. Let's look at who he's gonna fight against. We've got Fried Steaks, with Laurel Nerol.
Roll
Nero, yeah.
This one's kind of interesting, I have to say. There is normally people do not run the grade 2 order. They run straight up autumn, winter, and I think it's summer, right?
Summer,
summer.
Was it
not
spring?
so much as spring.
Yeah, I think it's
summer is a bit watered down. It's a watered down season.
So it will be quite interesting to see where the order card will actually fit into all this. As we have seen with Lauren Arrow, it is the autumn card that's actually one of the go-to grade 2 orders for the song cards.
Okay, it's pretty interesting. Now let's move to the next deck. We've got Keru 2011.
Barsagar, the dark horse, yeah.
that's
The
right.
dark horse.
My favorite, to be honest, here.
Yeah. Keru's deck has
Yeah.
definitely grown on me as well. So we've seen this deck plenty of times in the Swiss rounds, twice actually. So there's nothing new that we can add on to it beyond what we've already said before yesterday.
Yeah, definitely one of the fan favorites. But he will be fighting against Kevin Cho. So let's take a look at what he's running.
The current V champion.
Yeah, and he's got. We see another Bruce deck here, guys. This one's a much more standard list, right? Much more standard list. Just with
Micro stable. Leonard is it's the Leonard lane that I was talking about. Yeah, no Eden.
yeah, and just with the 220k shields. And let's go to Muzrax. Cap, do you want to take this one?
Oh my word! It's actually another one. So, but actually, this one is a bit more unique. This one does have my attention, actually, especially with the fact that the overtrigger is actually not Galmage Help. It's actually the Obaria overtrigger, although this is the Vanguard Overdress PR version of it. So, but nevertheless, that 200 million going to 2 different units is actually something that is
most welcome.
quite viable. Yeah, it's most welcome. It's quite viable in a deck like Bruce as well.
Yeah. And then let's look at the next one. Amar, take the next one. What do you think?
Well, nothing much to say. It's a Bruce meta, isn't it? something brought something, and it's
looking-
Bruce. It's looking very
Brucey, right?
very Brucey right now. Our top 8 is looking very Brucey right now. It's all about it's all
right.
about the final rush. Yeah, the
Yeah.
top 8 is all about the final rush. All right, so hopefully something brings their E game here. Yeah, because you have a lot of mirror matches coming your way, my man.
Yeah.
All right. We've got Man Long next in the last bracket. With another Bruce. I think this one's not as much of a surprise, right? Because he's been playing this on stream in a bunch of
Yeah.
regions. So,
Yep.
hey, if it works, why change it?
Yeah, the
Especially
Leonard
so.
Eden combo.
Yeah, the Lena Eden combo is in this one. So it'll be interesting to see just how it fans up against the others.
And then lastly, we're facing against Jake. What is Jake running?
What is
Bam.
Jake running? Final Bruce.
Yes, the Bruceiest of the Bruces. We've got. This is pretty
This-
much.
this- Shiny triggers. Shiny triggers.
Shiny triggers across as well, but once again, the Obaria over trigger is
yeah.
actually being used over here. Again, it's just as viable to use this, especially with Bruce being able to double stand.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, I think we've seen all the Bruces and the non-Bruces. The players.
We've
I
seen
think,
all
are
the
getting pretty-
Bruces.
Yeah, well, only the Bruceiest of the Bruce can win this format right
Definitely.
now, especially in the AO region.
Yeah.
But as we can see, the bottom bracket, all Bruces. Top one, a bit more different. I'm sure. I think we'll definitely follow one of the games that do involve one of those more roguey decks, and we'll see how they go. I think the players are nearly ready, so we'll get to them very, very soon. They've been waiting for us. But guys, what do you think? Who do you think will take it, or who do you have on your mind right now? I think it's kind of maybe one thought at the moment.
For me, I would say that my heart has been won over. So Keru's Barsagar deck is one of those decks that I am, internally like just rooting for. Because of the fact of how unique that it's been. So, and it goes to show, it proves just how, based off a start deck, and even if their proper boosts are not here, it actually can prove to actually be a very powerful build. So it comes down to the mind of the player.
And here we go. We have the
Barsagar.
Keru versus Kevin Cho.
Yeah, there we go.
We can say this is the underdog, I'd have to say, in the realm, the current realm of all the tier 1 decks that we're seeing in the area region. Saga is not the one, right?
Not the one.
Well, not a tier 1, as a lot of people would refer to it. So it'll be interesting to see how he combats it. We've seen him play against the Bruces before, so let's see how he faces against Kevin, who is definitely a well-seasoned Bruce player. Well, not a well-seasoned Bruce, but just a well-seasoned player in general.
In general, all right. So
general.
looking into this, Keru has to bring their A game right here, because it's all about the player. I do believe that you can top with any decks, but there's a reason why certain decks are at the top of the meta list. Yeah, and then when you put those decks in the hands of a seasoned player, it becomes a different thing entirely. So, Keru, I'm rooting for you. Yeah, you gotta you have this spicy card, amongst the top 8. You gotta bring your A game so that we can see more. Yeah, more of what Bar Sagara can actually offer in this current meta.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to have a bit of everything, and kind of Keru's kind of showing that he's got the skill. He had the luck before as well. Hopefully that can stay, and just the mindset as well to be able to go all the way. But comes down to the day. You might be a bit lucky the day before, but today we have to see can it pull through for him too.
Different energy. Your engine has been running at 120%. The day before, but then it mellowed down because you have some like a sense of reprieve. Some time to rest. So you gotta heat up that engine fast. You gotta be fast. You gotta be alert. You gotta be aggressive. Top 8 is not where you want to do the misplays. You don't wanna you don't want to have any mistakes. You don't want to have any regrets. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. A lot of players, a lot of seasoned players that I've talked to as well, they've had that regret. You don't want to be one of them.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
And even if you make a misplay, you don't want to have any regrets there, because that can really tilt you as well. But I also have to say that coming down to this, whoever goes first is definitely going to have a big advantage, and that's gonna hold true for a lot of these matchups too. Bav Saga really wants to go first, because then it can put on the aggression early and delay the final rush from Kevin. But we've seen good players who are able to handle Bruce well, know just exactly how much they need to expend defending themselves before reaching that final rush, in order to maximize those final rush turns.
Well, looking into this, both players are still prepped. I gotta say, the blackout sleeves are just magnificent.
I can vouch for that. It's magnificent to view, magnificent to play. It's a beautiful sleeve also. It's a very beautiful sleeve also, and just even the black and white variants as well. Like the black one is a bit more beautiful than the white ones, but I gotta give a shout out to the Daybreak ones as well also, because the Daybreak ones really took the opposite end of that, and the white ones are actually much more beautiful than the black ones.
Do you like the blackout sleeves more, or the Daybreak ones?
I'm a protagonist man, so I'm a blackout fan. So.
The protagonist man. Okay, I like that. Come on, Daybreak or blackouts?
I gotta go with Daybreak, man. I like being on the other side of the fence once in a while. Yeah, and the decks that I play, they kind of lean more towards that side. So let's go with Daybreak.
Okay.
Bar Sagara, Gravidia, the works.
Okay, so we have Kevin starting. Actually, here's a good thing. For Bruce, do you like to call out your starter first, or do you like to draw first? When you go second?
I like to draw first, actually.
The order, the order of how you do it.
For me,
what's your feeling, guys?
For me, I prefer to draw first, because it feels like tradition. If you were to do the skill first and after that you draw one first, it feels a bit weird. But that's just me.
Yeah, I like to soul charge first, because whatever is inside the soul, and then whatever I draw after that, I'm not gonna have any regrets. Yeah.
I feel like I like to draw first, because you'll know if you forget to call out your starter.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's what I mean by tradition as well, because sometimes if you do forget that starter skill, it's happened to me plenty of times before. Because you forget the starter skill because you do the other skills first, and then it's like, did you remember to draw? I can't remember. Oh no.
You can calculate your cards, and sometimes
right.
when I go second, I even forgot to bring out the starter,
So Keru swing in, triggers a sword.
A sword, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, because he can proc off the shield from the right line in itself. Yeah, I think Keru is ready and equipped.
Yep. He can actually discard. I was going to say that he actually can discard the sword in order to be able to fetch it back once he rides into his grade 2.
Yeah, I mean we've seen games before where Keru was just totally missing one arm, which was the sword.
Which is
Yeah,
a sword.
Yeah, but now he has a sword. He can get the shield, and this is a very interesting play from Kevin. Actually committing a field.
Ooh,
Getting
that's a heal
so
trigger.
he's very rewarded for that. And this is what I see a lot of good Bruce decks do versus, or good Bruce players versus like the weaker players. The weaker ones, you know, they have the mindset where they're like, okay, I'm kind of afraid to put down cards early because my whole game plan is Final Rush. So I'm going to play very, very boring until later on, right? To conserve my hands. But a lot of the good Bruce players just throw something down to just put on aggression early and go, okay, I'm going to have to make you deal with my field. And or you know, just take damage. So my final rush turn doesn't even have to be that good, and I can still beat you. You know.
And
Curve
I think that's an
actually-
Edgar.
Yeah, Curve actually he didn't use the skill of Edgar. He actually just
It's an overtrigger.
Ooh, that's the overtrigger, yeah. So the Vanguard restands, and so he's gonna get another +1 right there. Oh boy.
I gotta say, proccing this early, I think that's a blessing in disguise. You know, you set up your hand, you set up, you know,
I think
it's pretty good.
Oh,
It's an overtrigger as well. That's pretty fun.
wow!
My
Now
goodness.
this is top 8, my friend.
Top 8.
Can't get
it-
Top 8.
You
Top eight.
can't get away with an overtrigger like that.
No.
You
gotta-
gotta punish him. But yeah, Keru could have actually attacked with the Edgar first. You know, they have an attack there. Your Vanguard is sitting at 100 million. I think, yeah, kind of didn't expect that overtrigger being proc by
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a bit greedy there. He was going, okay, I get another drive check, and maybe if I get another trigger, this
Yeah.
urge is going to be absolutely impossible to guard, right? And what is the chances of the overtrigger appearing? Not much.
Not much. Yeah.
But
well.
unfortunately, this happened.
Unfortunately, when it came to Kevin, it's 100%.
The one thing though is I like how Keru just kind of, you know, pushed early, because that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. You know, and unfortunately it didn't get any triggers there. And also the overtrigger coming out early, you said it was a blessing in disguise, right? At least for Kevin, because now he doesn't have to worry about overtriggers. Keru doesn't have to worry about overtriggers. But you know, the Dragon Empire overtrigger appearing at grade 2 versus grade 3, that's actually less cards to have to deal with, you know? The
Yeah,
impact is lower.
less worry that you have, because Motherfucker always attacks with a crit anyway after
Yeah.
fully armed. And you don't have to worry about Bruce now swinging with an extra 10k with a crit as well. You know, it's both sides. I'd say now it is evened out. You know, you don't have to worry on each other. This is old school OG Vanguard.
Yeah, I have to say this situation actually is way better for Kevin's Bruce than anything else, because I think the biggest reason why Bruce actually loses is because, you know, your first 2 attacks hit an opponent's overtrigger, your turn is totally negated, and then you eventually deck out 2 to 3 turns later, because you just basically lost an entire turn after soul charging quite a bit, right? So once you see that overtrigger out, there is no chance for an overtrigger defensive. There is no way for your opponent to gain a turn. And also damage checking a draw trigger right there. Good times.
Good times.
Yeah. 2 damage now to work with for Kevin as well. So it's looking okay. 2 damage is all right. You know, you can do something.
2 damage he can do still quite a lot with a Bruce deck. So right now with him actually having the final rush turn, so he can actually kind of go a bit hard, but that also depends on his hands whether if he's able to do so. The early call, while he does have the early aggression, if he does, that should indicate that he actually has more cards that he can actually call out during the final rush turn.
Yeah, his hand is pretty decent as well. So this turn should be quite strong.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on whether or not he wants to commit, yeah. But otherwise, you know, if you're not utilizing the Bruce's final rush at this point, when your deck is healthy, your hand is healthy, it's kind of a waste.
It is.
You gotta go with the Derek there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, uses Derek, puts Derek into soul.
Retires
and-
the dagger.
Avoids
Yeah.
the Valiente if it ever comes down.
Ooh, 2 Leonards and a
2
Bruce.
Leonards and a Bruce.
2 Leonards and a Bruce. That's pretty big actually. Oh, 2 lens and 2 bruises, I should say. Ooh.
Oh no!
No,
It's just one
it's a
bruise,
front.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a front trigger. The front trigger.
Oh, sorry.
2
I-
lens.
That's the Vanguard.
That's the Vanguard. Yeah. That's the Vanguard. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think it kind of depends if he wants to call the front out, because the front actually doesn't really contribute that much. I guess boosting a 15, it hits 19, so that's
That's okay,
the best
yeah.
the best contribution you can do. But it's just slightly actually. So I'm thinking there's like a Marjorie that's going to come down, and maybe like a Protobulb, right?
Yep, there we go.
And there we go.
As you called
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you gotta have Marjorie. Marjorie sets up your final rush turn exponentially. You don't have that in your hand. It's the same as Barrow Magnus not having Curtis during the first turn. It's really watered down.
Looking
I
at
have
the
to
field
say-
now. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
you
looking
know,
at the field now.
Yep.
Looking at the field now, right? This actually looks something that we've seen on social media for Bruce Deck in DPT 02, because this setup looks kind of familiar to me. Don't you guys think?
Yeah.
Not with front end Bruce being on the back row there, but almost I'd say.
all
Because it's all about
Protobulb?
that Protobulb. Yep, because this is I believe the setup for the 8 attacks Bruce turn, because that one was floating around social media back when DBT02 first came out, when the Lanat was first introduced.
Yeah. But here it's like without the Persona Ride turn, and I don't think there was a Hellblast played at all. The
Yeah.
power levels aren't that high. I guess the nice thing here is that just Kevin again doesn't have to worry about any turn stopping mechanics. So he can play it a bit slower. At the same time, he's on low damage. He's against Bav Saga. It's technically a 3 attack deck. Doesn't hit super high right now, so he can definitely play it slower. Grab the Persona Ride for next turn or anything that he needs, and he's just on so low damage. It's kind of just working in his favor. The Bruce engine is just going pretty well,
Ooh, front
trigger.
alright. That would help.
That helps a lot. And get over.
Sword goes to damage.
It makes you think, because when the Bruce is only attacking at 13k, yeah, Keru could have actually put down 1 trigger to put S2 to pass. That was a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit greedy. Maybe he just wanted the damage. He wants the push. But interesting.
Opens it too, because now everything is sitting like a truck. The worst strat when you're fighting against a Bruce, it's not the Vanguard. It's always been the rear guard. And you have to count right now. You have to really think. And there goes your sword. There goes your arc. You don't want to be at 5 damage when the next turn that particular persona is gonna be coming out.
Okay, so Kevin does the Protobulb. If this Leonard hits, it's actually big. You can call out the Marjorie again, right, and then do a bigger attack while getting hand too. So
Taking
Keru
Bruce
is
in,
really forced to guard this move.
He has to guard it if he wants to stop this rush.
Yes, yes.
Well, yeah, 20k shield can stop that using the shield's ability as well.
Nice. Shield coming in clutch. In a way, like Kevin could have attacked the rear guard and just
just be annoying.
Yeah,
wipe the
annoying.
field,
Wipe the
get
field.
another Marjorie out kind of thing. But decided just attack the Vanguard. If he guards it, it's fine. If it doesn't, that's even more fine,
Agreed on that.
Alright, so Barf Sagara is coming in. Okay, so now we are seeing a fully armed, Barf Sagara. Thing is, it's been a bit 1 turn too late. But still, Keru can still pull off some nifty tricks right here. Being a 3 attack deck doesn't stop you from being oppressive. It's how you play the units that you have with you currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bav Saga is definitely one of those decks that can be very oppressive with just being 3 attack. Able to get a crit on the Vanguard circle. Numbers are generally quite good. Defense power also very good too. So it's got a bit of everything.
Personalized in as well, so everything is extra additional 10,000. You're hitting at 23 with double crit. That's fun.
Yeah, Vanguard circle is like a 33 attack right now, with the possibility of a sword throw. I'm wondering if Kevin is going to take this just because he might want damage, but it's a bit risky because he's running the risk of a double crit.
And the sword as well, because the sword can activate because he'll be put at 4 or less still.
Yeah.
So he can immediately go to 5. Yeah, he can immediately go to 5 just for
go
this.
to 5.
Yep.
I feel like Kevin wouldn't want to take this risk, but at the same time, with no CB, Bruce is just pretty much on Persona Ride only. But
Yep. Being quite vanilla, after this.
yeah, but
Because
Kevin
Keru
is
can actually opt to just end turn after this.
yes. And that wouldn't actually be a bad move, but at the same time, though, you have to wonder if he's going for that super long game, how many more of these attacks can he really stop? You know?
Yeah.
Well,
It's a bit of a worry on that, especially with Kevin actually fetching out the Bruce from using Protomob skill.
He's choosing to attack. Well, the thing about it is that Kevin's soul isn't that nifty at all. You can actually choose to just turn and force him to actually get soul from external means by overexpanding, and even with the extra cost to actually stand, don't have much to do, and then you can go for the aggressive attack the next turn. But still, to each their own. They have their own styles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin going for Persona Ride again. Deck looks rather healthy. His hand looks rather healthy as well. Soul, I think it's getting there.
It's getting
but
there, yeah.
Yeah, 2 damage to work with as well. If he has another Derek, he can easily increase that soul count, but he just might not need to. But there is also quite a lot of hand cards in Keru's hand.
Hellblast can definitely, make this even more oppressive.
Yeah, Kevin chose not to really commit anything last turn, to be honest. But now he's committed at least 1 Persona Ride. But since he played 2 cards down, I'm guessing he doesn't really have a Hellblast. So he replaces the front with a Doba. Very good. Also calls a heal down.
Heal. Wow.
Uh,
Alright.
Another card to use to fund for Marjorie's skill.
Yeah, just a fun, because he technically could have just played the Doba behind Vanguard, but he wants the value here. He wants to swing in with this Doba, hit to 5, and then the Doba gives it to Leonard.
Ooh, there's
both
another
sides.
heal there.
Yep.
Put
So the
on a
Leonard will
heal,
actually
Soul Charge a
have.
heal.
And he knows like this column is way too big to really guard efficiently, but a front trigger comes out, I think. So this will definitely help with guarding this entire field.
I mean, Keru's gotta feel the pressure right now. It's biting down your opponents. Kevin's hand is just so healthy. The field is just so healthy as well. It's a pretty controlled match. I'm loving. Every time I watch Kevin play, it's like a new. It's like a work of art. It's just so well thought out. It's just so well planned that you just can't help but admire. The tenacity and the patience that he has. And he's playing a rush deck at that. A rush setup deck.
Yeah, but we have to bear in mind that these attacks aren't hitting that big. So that Leonard was swinging for 35, which sounds good on paper, but Keru did get a front trigger, so that was just a 15k guard. This Bruce is only swinging for 23, so that's not incredibly impressive considering the over trigger is also out. It's just like 15k shield as well. And we see from the Bav Saga side, there is a lot of bulk in the hand. Just the Madoka is able to just be 15k shields, right? 15k shields, 20k shields, free 10k shields every turn. That hand, like if these columns are just slightly more bigger, we'd be seeing a lot more cards disappear from Keru's side. But unfortunately, I have a feeling this is not going to be a killing blow.
Nope. But we can see from the decision that Kevin has chosen, to keep the extra Bruce as well as the Hellblast inside Soul, for the Proto. But it's a 2 pass, and the first is a critical trigger.
Will he all in or will he actually power to the side? That's actually a very good question. But considering the situation,
Very nicely done.
very nicely done. Powers it to Marjorie. Yeah.
and he gets a Hellblast in his hand next turn. I think he barely has one turn left after this, but the next turn can be huge with a Hellblast, and a Persona Ride can probably punch through what is left of Keru's hand. He just needs to get there.
It's 40. It's 43. This is at least a 2-card guard.
And there's the PG that we saw earlier from one of the early drive checks on Keru's side.
And
And
finally,
then the
Leonard.
Protobulb. Ooh. Doesn't
What
use
was
the
the
Protobulb,
Protobulb
it
as
seems.
Another front. Another front.
Another front.
The protobelt has to be used when attacking.
At the
right?
end,
Or at the
yeah,
of
when
battle.
attacking, yeah.
Oh,
let's
maybe
just double check.
Keru got it too quickly.
Yeah, I think it's a bit
Yeah,
delayed.
perhaps so. Yeah, correct.
So he's
Yep,
gonna
when he
just
attacks or
grab
when
it.
he boosts. So yeah, it has to activate at the time. So.
All right, so maybe they didn't allow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Yeah.
there was a bit of a delay, yeah, between when it boosted and during the time that Keru actually guarded with it. So it's like, I'm not gonna give you we have to understand from Keru's side as well. I don't want to give you a free advantage. You missed out. This is the kind of misplay that that we were talking about. Let's just hope
Yeah.
that it doesn't come back to Kevin after this.
Yeah.
It would have just been nice for the Protobulb to suck something in, because the Bav would just retire the front row anyway.
Yeah. It was a bit of a miss. Yeah. Really.
Yeah,
A huge
definitely.
miss. So not being able to get another Bruce out from the deck, because if the turn does passes over, that Persona Ride is actually going to be very helpful. But we also
It
have to
would've
take
been
note.
helpful.
We also have to take note that Kevin did actually a deck check to see how many cards are left. It's still considered in the healthy side, although it's starting to get a little unhealthy.
Yeah, because he needed that Hellblast or the Persona Ride actually. Thinking
Combine
about
Yeah,
the
it,
both.
we saw the Hellblast from the drive check. So
yeah, probably the Persona Ride then.
Yep. Combine the two, that's just a lot of power. And considering the hand size of Keru, it will either be whittled down or completely gone. And give him City of 5 damage. Power is one thing that you could use right now to really make sure that you can secure that 6 damage.
On Keru's
Yeah.
side, he's gotta be betting for the heals. He hasn't come out from his end at all. Could
Oh,
use
right on
one
that,
or two of it. Yeah, could use one, maybe two of it. All right, so drive checking there, nothing, and
Valiente and
draw.
a draw trigger here.
it's not gonna be really helpful. But an extra hand size probably.
yeah, that one card would probably be key. We see draw and Valiente, that's very weak. Kind of
In
weak.
this situation, yes. So the Valiente would not be of much help.
So
Not unless he has a
choosing-
trickster on hand.
Choosing to pierce 1 damage, yeah.
Yes, shoots the sword, throws the sword.
A protobulb there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now Kevin has to guard everything, but it shouldn't be a problem. Hand is super healthy. It's really
Yeah.
not a big deal here, and this could possibly be the final rush on Kevin's side.
The actual
not-
final
yeah.
rush.
The
An
final
actual
rush.
Yeah,
Ooh,
because Deck's not looking healthy there.
that 20k order just came out. Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
I love that card. It's like
yeah. Special Violence Yell is actually also one of my favorite cards in the boost deck because it's just a surprise. Hey, I'm 20k now.
it's a pleasant card where in a scenario where you need more defensives, it just comes in clutch.
Oh,
That is not good.
Yeah.
having to call out Jake on the Rigard circle.
No Persona Ride, so that was actually big. Only the full blast. So, but no soul. Surprisingly, no soul.
This is more of a defensive turn because from what I'm seeing right now, if Kevin is not putting any other cards down, it means that he's just using the protobulb to soul in the draw to get the bruise.
But would it be too little, too late though? Because while the protobulb would be able to send Jake in and then fetch another,
It might. He gave Keru room to breathe. That's not good.
yep,
Ooh, triggering a draw in this situation is pretty scary.
It's pretty
very scary. I think I counted. I think he's got about what 5 cards left in the deck. Now 4.
Yeah, gets a Marjorie, but I'm not sure if you want to use a Marjorie now.
At this
Yeah.
stage, it's very dangerous to go Marjorie. There we go.
4 cards
in the
left. So you stand and draw. You get 3. If you persona right, you're left with two. You can't persona ride anymore, Kevin. That's dangerous.
Yep.
But he does have a Hell Blast, or you can't even Hell Blast either.
He can't even Hell Blast. Yeah, he would immediately die.
Right now, Keru has been playing just a war of attrition. So we've seen him in a Bruce fight yesterday. We're seeing him in a Bruce fight now, and it's basically been a game of attrition for Keru right now. Sorry.
Oh, he's actually going for the Hell Blast.
Hell Blast. Yeah, he kept it. I would have thought that he would have taken the draw trigger instead back. That's defensive.
I think
Still-
he's ready. He's just going. How do I maximize my next turn's power lines? You know.
Mm-hmm.
That Protobop is gonna go bye. This is.
Oh, and the Valiente coming
that's
down
an
on
arc.
the right side.
That's an
There's
arc.
an arc. Sorry.
Yeah,
It looks
and then
like
the arc
Valiente. My
coming
mistake.
in.
Yep.
No worries, the arc's coming in, and this is not good because he gave Keru room to breathe, and
And now that we're seeing it, right, he didn't drop the Valiente, did he?
no.
But he did decide not to use it and go straight into the attack with Balsugara.
Yeah, it's fine. This is only 13k. It's easy guard. It's easy guard for Kevin.
It's an easy guard for Kevin right now, but both players are on 5 right now, so it's an easy guard, but everything needs to be guarded.
Yeah, the thing is, Keru doesn't have to put in that sword. Yeah, no more soul for a critical anyway. It's pretty fine.
It's I don't like. Keru's hand is not big, but it's good enough. You know.
It's good enough. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Arc
problem
has
is
5K.
how does Kevin get the soul? As
Nope.
well to do
he can't.
He can't.
attack. There isn't.
Yeah.
He
there
can't
isn't.
his deck has gone down to a 3 attack deck right now, given how thin his deck is.
Given the situation, I think the soul. I think he has exactly 2 cards in it. It's. It could be. Yeah. It could be. It could be an Edgar coming out, but you know we just gotta see. You know, there's a lot of combos that Keru can pull off right now. The arc could have given him something that he needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Given by the eagerness that he was looking at just now.
I feel like that Marjorie was
That is a
crucial.
heal.
That's a crucial.
That's a crucial heal.
Yeah, that heal big, basically I think confirms the game right there. But yeah, not getting if he was able to grab the Marjorie with the Protobulb, I think he just generates enough soul from the previous turn to do another multi-attack, and that might have been game for Kevin, but just missing that.
Just missing that just a bit. And getting that draw trigger though, that was a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all in all, Keru, wow.
Once again, Babs Sagra is tanking through another Bruce matchup.
He's just tanking through, and then it's like a mix of, it's just a mix of skill, luck, tenacity. It's just insane to watch.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not over for Kevin just yet. There is a shining moment or a chance to win here, but seeing that, because Keru's trigger check, that is like a total of 30k shield. That's not good.
It's just
good,
not about the guarding anymore, right? On Kevin,
Yeah.
so he has enough guard. He just can't push.
He just can't push.
Yeah, he can't push.
Yeah.
There is
mean-
no way to soul charge efficiently anymore.
No,
Yes.
not anymore.
Yeah, three attacks aren't gonna do it. We're probably just gonna see next turn throw down a bunch of cards. But
It would be a pitiable struggle, to watch, but it has to be
Yeah.
done. It has to be
Yeah.
done.
Has to be
You
done.
can't give up right now.
Mhm.
No champion in your right mind would actually give up.
No, you're right on that. So especially with Kevin having won the V Premium format, there's no way that he's
guards
gonna go down
there.
swinging.
So this is literally Kevin's final turn.
Literally.
not checking the soul, but we can see it's not happening.
It's not
No.
happening.
And so Blast 5 is not happening. You're right.
If Kevin did Persona right, that would be that would
No,
be
that
the
would
end of it
that
all.
would seal his fate right there.
that would be the end of it all.
Uh-huh.
Just
Still has a
wondering.
slight chance. I did you guys manage to count if there was any? I think they didn't do a trigger check, so it's it's hard to tell whether there's any triggers left in there. If those three just happen to be triggers, maybe Kevin still might be able to pull something out.
Well, it wouldn't matter in hindsight because we did saw Keru having that extra shields, yeah, and I believe there is still a sentinel in Keru's hand as well.
I suppose.
I mean, if they were all triggers in there, the only chance Kevin has is if his opponent goes 2 to pass.
Yeah, and he all in.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it happen before. We've seen it happen before. But I feel like that won't happen. But if talking about trigger checks, I am pretty sure there will be a trigger check very soon.
Yeah.
Yep, just
Or
go
another
Vanguard.
Kyoso hate, just go all out. If you're gonna
Vanguard
go down swinging, but
So
you
I
still
think-
have
I
a
think
chance.
Here's the trigger check.
Yep.
It's asking
3.
for the criticals.
2 critical,
Oh,
3 critical.
So all criticals are out, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing Bruce decks, they actually run less criticals than normal. I
Yep.
think they just pretty much run rainbow.
Because
So-
the fronts are super valuable in a Bruce deck.
And
Yeah.
from the way that Kevin's attacking as well, that could be the case, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing to go rear guard first.
It just feels like the front wall, the triggers probably are mostly out already.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. Right now
Has the opponent chosen to guard though?
I think he just used the shield.
Used the shield, yeah.
The shield. Oh, okay.
Since it is a small column, it can be blocked off with 10k, so the shield would
Yeah,
suffice.
this is just a tanky shield. And again,
Will Kevin
wisely.
pass?
Kevin, yeah, that's a good question. Will he pass?
That could be a good tactic right there, but you just
He-
sacrifice one sentinel.
Yeah, he did put down his PG, his Recusal Hate Dragon down. So we're seeing the Vanguard Attack right now. So let's see what can Kevin pull off from his drive check.
No pass. This is a
Yeah.
no pass right there.
Keru,
Yep.
Keru should just no pass this 100%.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, no pass.
Yep, he can just throw everything in his hand once the turn goes over.
All right, so we're seeing the era of the Holy Maiden, ladies and gentlemen.
The Steel Blaze Maiden. Call
Oh
turn
my
and
goodness.
draw 1. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Curve takes this first quarterfinal round.
That's right. So Bav Sagra moving through to top 4 amongst all the Bruces. And it'll be interesting to see how far the Bav Sagra does go. What do you guys think of the match?
Fun. It's very fun. you see Keru being pushed into a corner for quite a bit. Yeah, it was actually quite a long while that he was put into that corner right there.
Yep.
But the perseverance, just knowing what your opponent can do, knowing what you can do, going on an offensive. I take it back. Still going for the offensive there was key. Yeah, because he was depleting the deck size on Kevin's side. It all worked out in the end. It was magnificently done. Bravo.
Yeah.
We really saw the defensive bulk of the deck, the Bav Saga deck, just being able to just sit there, put up just a few cards just to put some aggression on it, but still being able to just tank through everything while still putting on that kind of aggression, right? So that very interesting. We'll see what happens after the break. We'll be going to a break right now, and we'll be back with the top 4.
Weiss Schwarz! Time to make your move, little sister.
Then I guess I'll attack your character.
Aha! I saw that coming, and I'll counter your attack with me!
Ruby, now coming to Weiss Schwarz.
As an English edition original.
Trial Deck Plus, Booster Pack, and Supply Set.
On sale December 17th.
Bushiroad!
Cardfight Vanguard Overdress! Power up your deck with these new cards! Journey forth with your new allies! Booster Pack Advance of Intertwined Stars coming soon! Bushiroad!
Cardfight Vanguard Overdress! It's your leader, Mirai! Look how cool Bob Sartre is with the new Arms card! Start deck, Sealed Blaze Maiden, coming soon! Bushiroad!
Now that Decklog is available, you can register your deck list for tournaments with ease. If you have not used Decklog before, no worries, we have a tutorial video. You can find both the links to Decklog and the tutorial in the description box. Now, due to the shenanigans from the last event, this time we will be introducing a new procedure into the tournament. We will be conducting spot checks by requesting a player in a room to show us that nobody is nearby to give them help, that there are no extra cards or suspicious items around. First, the players who will be checked are based on a highly scientific method employed by many entities and game designers all over the world. Hi Player 456, you have been chosen for a spot check through a fair and impartial system.
Oh, I've been selected? Okay. So first of all, this is my table, and as you can see, I'm playing Lyrical Monasterio. I love Lyrical Monasterio so much because the characters are so pretty and so cute. Okay, now I'll show you my room. So hi, this is the room that I usually play Vanguard in, and as you can see, there's no one else here but me.
Okay, good, thank you.
I'd like to show you Vanguard collection. I've been playing Vanguard ever since the first release, and I also have my showcase here. I have G Series, V Series, and Overdress.
Thank you
Not
for
only that, I
cooperating.
love Weiss Schwarz as well. I play Persona 5, and I have a lot of other collection over here, as you can see. Very nice, I know. Thank you.
Good to know we have such an enthusiastic fan. Anyway, there have not been any incidents where we found players cheating with external help. But we hope this extra layer of precaution will deter any attempts, as well as reassuring all participants. On a side note, please do not use your phone during the tournament. This has been a rule for physical tournaments all along, and it is not any different for online tournaments. Players caught using their phone during a match is considered an infraction. First infraction, you get a warning. Second infraction, you get disqualified.
We meet again.
Yes, but this time, it will be a different fight.
Oh! Guard! Over, Trigger! Please don't heal, please don't heal, please don't heal!
And the championship goes to Chris! Okay, yeah, that was a good fight. Thank you for the game.
That match was so close. Thank you so much for the game as well.
So Judge, when will this game be uploaded to the official Bushiroad YouTube channel? I want to show my friends like the epic fight I just had with Chris.
Oh yeah, I want to show my friends too.
Because one of you used a playmat with a yellow rat and a blue turtle.
Actually, it's closer to a tortoise than a turtle.
As we can't show merchandise that isn't from Bushiroad, we can't upload the match. During our last tournament, there were a number of exciting matches that we think players would love to watch. However, because unofficial merchandise were used, we couldn't upload the videos. Non-official Bushiroad merchandise are not allowed in tournaments. This includes card sleeves, playmats, and any other objects appearing in your video. Dragon Shield and Ultra Pro generic sleeves with no art are allowed. If you do not have an official Bushiroad playmat, you can buy one at our Bushiroad online store. You can find the link in the description box below. We have a lot of beautiful card sleeves and deck boxes, all of which are allowed in the tournament. And from now till December 10th, if you use my code, you'll get 5% discount, 5, for all TCG related products. Use the code BROTHER2021. That's brother, not brother. BROTER 2021. While stocks last. Okay, fine. You can also flip over your playmat and play on it.
Hi everyone! So in order to distinguish between offline and online tournaments, we have rebranded it to Bushiroad Rumble Online, BRO or BRO for short.
That's right, if this is your first time participating, we've created a video with some rules and do's and don'ts to take note of.
We've also included some links to useful videos such as how to shuffle and how to prepare for a remote fight, and the links to all these videos will be available in the description box below.
That's right, please do take a look at the tournament page where there will be more detailed rules and information.
Alright, thank you!
Hope you guys have fun. See you there. Bye.
See you there! Bye bye! See you there, bro! Bro.
That's all we have for today's video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. During Bushiroad Springfest Online, we had a lot of players, both new and experienced veterans, come into some of their first online tournament experiences through Remote Fight, and we got to see some amazing narratives develop. Some people start new chapters in their competitive history, some people start playing competitively for the first time ever, and I can't wait to see how the stories and the narratives of these players will further develop throughout Bushiroad Rumble Online. In case you don't already know, I will actually be commentating all of the Vanguard stages for Bushiroad Rumble Online, so I can't wait to see you guys in the chat for the tournament.
This couch I got on sale, it was like very cheap and it's very good as well. So I recommend you guys to go and get it. Not only that, I have a lot of Bushiroad posters. I love Bushiroad games. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
Nice meeting you. Let me show you how it's done.
In this video, we're going to take a look at one of the most important things you need to do right before a game. Shuffling.
Breaking. We've all been there. Sometimes it's because of our deck build. Other times it's because we didn't shuffle properly. Hey, you! Can you show him the shuffling methods again?
What was that? Could it be? Is it the heart of the...
Okay, we'll first have this guru do some warm-up exercises. Hisatsu Namikasane. Probably the most popular shuffle, it involves taking a chunk of cards from the bottom and gradually transferring them to the top of the deck. Usually used by beginners or children, this smooth shuffle is fun to do once in a while but not recommended for tournaments. An advanced technique that takes some practice. It's one of the best shuffle and it can be done rather quickly. A good way to ensure you have the right number of cards in your deck, but it doesn't shuffle well, so make sure you mix it up with other shuffling methods. No, not a shuffle.
In order to really randomize your deck, use a combination of the shuffling methods, or reshuffle 7 times. Now, let's talk about a different kind of shuffle.
Okay, attack your Vanguard.
Hand shuffle, a fearsome shuffle in which shuffling is not the goal, done by moving cards from one hand to the other rapidly, completed with cards slapping noises. I get it, we all do it sometimes, and some situations call for it, such as preventing your opponents from memorizing your cards, or when you need to drop a hand card at random. But you've got to admit, when done excessively, it can be pretty distracting. Stop hand shuffle and make this world a better place.
Attack your Vanguard.
Hey everyone! We're back with top 4 after that amazing game between Bruce and Bav Sagra. Guys, did you expect Bav Sagra top finals?
No, definitely.
Wow.
If you asked me before, if you asked me on the New Year, I would not have believed you that Balsugar would be in the top 4. But it's amazing to just see Keru just push on through, not just through the Swiss, but also into that last game as well, just pushing into the top 4.
Yes. Okay, we got the brackets. Let's see who won and who lost and what we're gonna be maybe looking at. So first we have Nuts taking over Fried Steaks, and then Keru taking over Kevin Cho. They will be fighting off in the semi-finals. So that's like a Bruce versus Bevsaga matchup. And then down in the bottom bracket we have Muzrak versus something, with Muzrak taking it, as well as Manlong beating Jake. So those two Bruce will
Double
fight
Bruces.
each other.
Yeah.
Double Bruces.
Bruce confirmed for finals, but will it be a Bruce versus Bavsagra or Bruce v Bruce? So let's take a look at the game that we will be looking at. First, we have, let's just throw the decks. We have Nut. All right, we're watching this matchup. So this is the kind of teched out Bruce that we were talking about before. The few one-ons. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's able to deal with Bavsagra, right? Bavsagra, very, very tanky. As well as the Quenlu able to sometimes give some sort of guard restrict, right?
Yes, it does give a guard restrict, so ideal targets would definitely be Eden or Marjorie, given the plus critical, the plus power. We'll definitely want to see what Nut does. Nut has been undefeated this entire tournament thus far. So it's time that we actually see what it does.
That's right. And then we have, let's switch it over to the other deck. We have Keru here. We've seen this deck a lot of times now. It's able to just tank through all the Bruces so far. Can it tank through Nuts one, right? With extra techs. I think that'll be very interesting to see. What do you guys think? Is there gonna be any difference in strategy, you think, or is it gonna be the same game plan?
You gotta go with the same game plan, but you can see in itself, despite winning against Bruce previously, the Bavsagra was pushed into a corner for quite a bit. In itself, you can't discount that you are now facing against the very person, who are now bringing a tagged out Bruce deck. So despite despite being a fan of the Bavsagra, I gotta say that again, you gotta bring your A game. You don't have any misplays. Don't make those regrets. Things can be quite critical, as we've seen in the previous game. So all the best, and hopefully we can actually tune into Bavsagra in the finals as well.
I would just like to add on as well that while Keru will be having a bit of a more uphill battle against Nut with the more technical deck, he does have cards in his deck actually that might give him an advantage as well. One such card that comes to mind is actually Arcs, because Arcs might be able to overcome the Quenlu turns if he were to encounter them.
Yeah, and we see Keru starting. I'm actually thinking, maybe it's better for Keru to go second, just getting that extra draw.
Just like an extra draw.
It just doesn't look like he cares about, actually just killing his opponent. We'll just tank it out, We'll just tank it out.
The thing is that you gotta know what you're fighting against. So you're going first against a Bruce, means that you're denying them the final rush at least 1/3 extra. You can set up, you can get your board wiped ready. You gotta pressure your opponent. They're probably just gonna be swinging with Bruce alone during the first grade 3 ride. A lot of things, a lot of psychological attacks that you can do to your opponent as well, by just going first.
Yeah. And I guess one thing here though is, sure, Nut has a more teched out version of Bruce, but it also makes it slightly more fragile. You have less of the key piece in the deck. But we already see, again, like Bruce players going aggressive right off the bat, throwing down a 1 and attacking. So, very interesting. Able to push 1 damage in.
Regina is actually a choice call over here. So having Regina out and on the field already, right, means that if that Regina were to be able to be pushed to the back row, and as long as it stays defended, Regina will actually be able to activate and then give herself and another unit plus 10k. So imagine your Leonards and your Marjories, or your Edens in this case, also being more powerful.
Yeah, the key combo with just a Quenlu as well, just making 1 column big and able to push through.
But you can see that Keru, doesn't really care. Okay, so you're gonna be rushing me. I'm gonna rush you back.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta remember that I'm the one going first. That's a trick star going there, attacking that Regina.
So actually just
the attacks were all
controlling
focused. Yeah, the attacks were all just focused on the Regina. I like that. Not had to spend like 1 card to guard.
Deny that power gain that you might have to deal with later on. So taking care of it early is a good move on Keru's side.
So you can see Bruce being discarded there. Wondering that if he has 1 too many inside the hand. Ooh, there's a no pass or an over trigger there. All right. Both sides are being especially spicy here.
Very aggressive play. I'm wondering where he was going for. Was he attacking the rear guard? Was he attacking the vanguard?
They'll all
that
defend
side,
it.
you
That
got-
much is certain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting down
Alright.
the shield.
I'll say
Shield
that
starts
Keru.
again.
I'll say that Keru actually does have a very good advantage going first, especially since he's able to double arm before Bruce can even go into final rush as well. So having the two arms right would actually be in the favor of Keru because he can actually activate the Soul Blast 2, get the +1 critical, sit Nut down, or more damage, especially currently right now since he has 0 damage. So being able to push even more damage and sit him down for everything to be must guards would put Keru in favor of that. But Nut knows that just as well.
Okay, so Keru
That's how
has to
it's
be
swinging
patient
in.
here. Yeah, I can see that. It's a bit anxious there. Almost swung in without waiting for the opponent's confirmation. You gotta chill out a bit. This is a high pressure game. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, and then you can control the pace. The thing is that while we seeing both sides being very aggressive, what's happening here is that you have to understand that Keru is actually whittling down on Nut's hands. You can see that that's not a healthy hand for a Bruce. Like, yeah, this is what I expected. Bruce just swinging in solo. Buff has that shield. And then is putting in a 2-2 pass right here.
Straight up, not even a, very, very little committal,
I'll say this, even though Nut has that low hand size, right? Given the fact that he has currently 0 damage right now, so this will probably be the turns where he will start taking damage, so he can activate his counterblast cost. Would you guys say that having less hand but no damage a bit more viable than the opposite?
It's hard to say because then you will be actually you would actually be tasked into using your hand fully to guard instead. More so when I'm saying that even you're on 0 damage, your field is empty. It means that while you have to commit to guard after this, you have to commit your hand size for a field as well. Your opponent sitting on 2. You might be sitting on 0, but your opponent sitting on 2. Field is healthy, and definitely the thing that Marsagara has that Bruce does not have is a hand replenisher. That arcs is just gonna keep on coming.
Yeah. And I mean, you either with this amount of hand, right? You're either gonna have a field or a hand. It's not one or the other,
I just try to think of
I like that. See, this is what I'm saying. Your opponent is just on 2. It means that you have opportunities for your opponent to heal, and your heal is not gonna be doing anything. Sure, it stopped the attack, but that's about it. But Keru, I think, got a bit greedy there. Could have put the the power to the other side. I think I believe that's
Urger actually. I was actually trying to think of hard what it is.
Yeah,
Because I noted it was a trick star.
as well.
I noted it was a trick star. Then after that, I saw he put a card on top, so that had to be overdress card. Which one it was is hard to say, but because he didn't do anything else after, it had to be Urger.
Could have put the power on Urger, confirmed attack in any case. One trigger. That was
But here's the thing. One counterblast, you can't really do much with one counterblast on a final rush turn. The other problem is that eventually Bruce, we've been seeing Keru just sit there and tanking damage all day. Well, not taking damage, but just tanking the Bruce attacks all day. Eventually, they're gonna get to a deck size for Bruce where it's unhealthy, right? And then it doesn't matter how much damage you have to guard everything,
So I believe that was
Derek actually removing the Urger. So if there is a Valiente in his hand, he definitely wants to remove any possibility of that coming down.
And I mean, I think this is like a perfect situation for Keru at the moment. Just sitting there, he's just, all right, lost my Urger. Does it really matter though, right? He's going to Derek. He's lost 4 cards again from his deck. He's going to do a twin drive again. He's going to lose 2 more cards. We're slowly getting to that position where we were at in all the other Bruce games as well.
Yep.
Overtrigger still likely in deck, right? 1 damage, very tankable turn, right?
Agreed.
Well, the thing that you're seeing right now is that while it has to reveal what Derek is going to be superior calling, you're seeing a lot of units here, which is pretty good. But at the same time, those are not units that you'd want to call out.
No,
those are
at
things
least-
those are things that you'd want to be in your hand. You have a persona right there. You see two being blown off already. It means that if there is a protobop on Nut's side, you gotta be using that to take the Bruce back into hand. Otherwise, you're gonna be seeing a very watered down version of a Final Rush. Eden's swinging at 15. That's very easy to intercept.
Wasn't there a persona,
Yeah.
right?
No, there was no persona.
Oh, there
That's
was no
an
persona.
over trigger going into the
Overtrigger
soul.
goes to soul.
You see, it's just getting worse. So the longer the game goes, it's just getting worse for Nut.
I mean, the nice part is that the how do you say it? You don't have to worry about it, but for Nut can at least grab it from the soul if he has a protobulb or something like that. But
It's gonna be used as a
wasn't played down,
defensive.
so yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's just because the Bruce stack, while explosive, it is a ticking time bomb.
It is a
Crit
time bomb.
there.
Oof. And straight onto the Vanguard for the critical, and the power going straight to Eden. Eden having restood already, so he himself has +1 critical.
That front is good.
The front is good, but it's still a must guard from this Eden with that +1 critical.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that much of an issue.
No,
Yeah,
not at
this
all.
is 23. There's only 5k shield, but choosing to sacrifice that extra power, that's interesting.
In a way, this is the first time that I've seen actually Keru, the Vanguard Attack, actually now at a disadvantage, because in previous matches that we've seen Keru play, right, he's been able to control the paces of the Bruce the entire time. But this is the first time where we're seeing him now at 4 damage to 1.
Yeah,
I feel like
not being-
he's not too much of a disadvantage.
yeah,
because
it's not too much of a disadvantage.
He retires the front row here. Nut's probably gonna take it, right? But it's coming in with
he
a
doesn't
crit.
want to do that. He wants to. Yeah, it's coming with a
No,
crit.
no, he's gonna
There's a sentinel
he's
there,
gonna make the
yeah.
damage or so.
That feels kind of wrong,
Raw
because
trigger
now
there.
this is gonna hit for 1 damage. Sure, 1 damage is cool, but how do you do much with 1 damage?
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah,
Just one-
choosing not to pierce with that sword was a smart move.
And
yeah.
he loses that 1 copy of Quen Lu.
There goes the combo.
Well,
Yeah.
that might be a sweat off the brow of Keru right now, not having to deal with the guard restrictions from Quen Lu.
That's right. That's right. And it's not going great. It's going. How do you say? Right? How do you say? It's going from bad to worse. Got a Pandemonium Tactics coming in here. That is another -4 soul from the deck.
And that's like 2
4
crits coming
cards.
Two tricks, yeah, going in, yeah.
No, the thing is, it's like you missed your train stop and it's going all the way 2 hours to Boston. This is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 cards gone. There's going to be another Twin Drive.
Draw trigger being used as an attacker here. You gotta know this is not good. This is not good at all.
Yeah. Like, sure, you can get the multi-attacks going, but it just feels...
Meh.
The only plus side here is that the Eden is swinging for a crit, but, Keru says, okay, that's fine. I'll just take a damage.
Yep. Just try to get a defensive trigger if it's possible to do so, but unfortunately it's not
Well,
the
the
case.
Eden was swinging just now, so I believe there was no crit just yet. Yeah. Because
No,
I
not
don't
yet.
think that-
So now it
Yeah,
does
it's
have
on
the
the
crit
restand,
because
yeah.
on the restand, yeah.
Now it has. So, Keru taking that damage. I think that's a
Oh, the
right?
over trigger guard.
Yeah. All right. So that's another Sentinel in Nut's hand. That's like a super defensive card. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say
On the
the
side.
it-
And he still has the shield, right?
He still has
yeah,
the
so
shield.
I think the shield has been used. It's just
I think the shield has not been used actually, because
did
he over
forget?
triggered.
Did he forget?
I think he felt like he might not have needed it. So.
Oh no
probably-
no no! I think it was the first attack. It was the first draw trigger. Attack.
Oh right. You're right on that. Yeah.
Ooh, he gets the arcs.
This is what I'm
Two.
talking about, guys. Yeah.
This is what you need. This is what you need because now Nuts' deck size isn't that healthy.
Oh no, he doesn't have enough soul.
No, he doesn't
Yeah.
have enough soul at all.
That
100%.
retire would have been perfect because the crit
Yeah.
would have, pushed deck size, right?
Okay, Bar Sagara,
Okay.
and then you get.
And yep.
There's
And
one
two damage
damage.
right now. Derek's gone. Counterblast
shooting that
one, he's
one
gonna
damage
shoot
as
one
well.
damage. Sit him
Ooh,
down
the
at 4.
Marjorie.
No defensive
Where
triggers
would this
on
go?
that side. Ooh, I don't know where this could go.
I mean, if it's just swinging at 15, I would be aiming at Aiden. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think the game is anyone's game now. Okay, there's no persona right on Nuts' side. If Keru survives this, that Barth Sagara persona right is gonna be big. It's giving him enough soul to just retire the front row.
But he needs a sword as well. He shot the sword this turn.
Oh, he has a sword. Yeah, he's been drive checking them like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing like, oh, every round he's just drive checking one sword. What's up with that? So he definitely has at least 2 swords in his hand. Depends if he's going to be throwing it down for a sentinel. But all in all, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It just has to survive this turn, which is pretty impressive. No, yeah, there's no hell front. There's no
pandemonium.
Oh, he
tactics.
didn't order this turn, so there's a plus 10k at least.
Yep.
There's no order. There's no persona, right? So there's.
No, there is an order.
Oh, there is an order. Okay.
Yeah.
Choosing to attack with Vanguard showcase that this is.
Oh, well, he only has 4.
4
4 in the
souls.
soul, yeah. He only has 4 in
And,
the soul, so attack with the Vanguard just to give power to Eden
One
or to
sentinel
Derek.
in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's no quality attackers or quality soul chargers in his hand.
Well, he could have
I see.
derricked. He could have derricked, but in a way, right? Because Keru's field is so empty, he would have decked out if he derricked.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so that's a heal trigger not going anywhere there. Yeah, Keru's on 5. This is Eden swinging at 35, yeah?
Yes, 35. You're right on that.
Hellburst and as well as... Oh, wait, no.
No, I think it's just Hellblast.
Hellblast and the
Hellblast is
trigger.
just an Hellblast and a trigger, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So you would have used the shield then.
He used the shield, yeah.
Yep, he used the
All
shield
right.
then.
So this is a perfect moment right now. Ooh, it's not looking very healthy on the deck size for Keru as well. I think he probably thinking of another arc.
I think you just persona right here anyway, and then just pop the front row. Right,
Yep.
it's just that good.
Yeah, because
can he
that-
sword
those are
though? Because I don't think he has enough soul. Right, he can.
I mean, you soul
He has
charge
the
1 when you
soul.
arm, so you soul charge 1.
yeah, true,
I
true,
think he's got 1 in there. He's definitely got 1 in there with the persona, right? So he'll be able to actually use Balsagara's skill if he actually puts down the sword.
He needs to put down the sword. Now the thing is, I saw that he has an extra sword just now. Question is, has he been throwing them away for sentinels?
He did throw 1 away for Sentinels, but if there is a second sword in there, well, we'll see soon whether he actually plays it out.
Oh, that is an arcs right there.
That is an axe right there.
Yeah,
Plus
use
1.
the cost first. Yeah, don't forget, use your cost first.
You gotta pay the
Buddy,
cost
that's a-
first before you can even get the effects.
Yeah, don't rush it. You know, you gotta know that you're in control right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, deck size is going low, but Nuts deck size.
Oh,
is
there's no sword.
There's no
I
sword.
believe
Okay.
He threw it away. Wow. That's gonna bite
that's
him
a-
back.
Yeah, retiring the front row would have been excellent here.
Would have been excellent.
Excellent.
It's an Eden and a Derek that.
Yeah,
This
and
is
getting a
30
crit as well.
Yep.
The thing is, if you have a sword right now, you could have just cleared the front row, get a crit pressure, and then you know that your opponent's gonna sentinel, and then you can actually shoot 1 damage to Nut.
Yeah, but unfortunately he doesn't have the CB for it. It's just CB
Yeah, he
charge-
doesn't have the counter blast.
Because he used arcs. That's the thing.
Yep.
Okay,
Alright.
so that's a.
Violence Yell as well as a Derek.
Ah, that's
draw
another
trigger.
draw.
Oh no.
Draw
You
trigger.
don't
Oh,
want
no.
to see that.
Oh.
And I mean, is this Keru's turn to deck out maybe?
Yeah, is this
Yeah.
is like,
After all the
I
deck
was-
outs, after all the deck outs they've been doing, is he finally gonna receive the same fate? It's a cruel
Yeah.
mistress, guys. It's a cruel mistress.
And-
Right now with Arcs attacking, right now I believe that's 30. There is no extra critical, but now there's actually the trigger
he's
checks.
counting the draw triggers.
Yeah, I remember Keru only playing 3, so that's all. That's all the draw triggers that he has. He's
He might have
propped
one
all
more,
three of
actually.
them.
Yeah,
I think three
I was gonna
one, and then the three
say.
front, four crit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I kind of remember him having the one draw in hand. If it's not in his hand, then it's definitely in his damage zone. So it's already out.
Yeah, so he just triggered the draw trigger, so it should be all out. But still, his deck is not great.
No.
You're on a timer right now. So yeah, this is not gonna be enough. This is 20-33. Yeah, now that's enough. Okay, so then the final attack coming in. Not so much that you can do, but you can see that actually I believe he's blasted through all of his heal triggers as well. Not what you want to see as well. This is just a deck up battle. He just passes the turn.
He just passed the turn. Okay. How many cards left in Nut's deck? There's also 3.
Keru has 3. But that's the thing. You see, Keru has rear guards to attack with. That's okay.
Oh, he's playing over?
He's calling over.
Why would you not just put it down?
He wants the boost, so
it
makes no difference. But these sides are hitting like 20, 25 in a way.
Yeah.
Oh no, just actually 20.
You know, if you got a sword right now, buddy, just use it. You know, just attack. This is your final turn. This is the only time that your Vanguard can actually attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So there's a swap over right there. So I believe the opponent's allowing that. So I think it's fine.
The knot for the guard. Plenty slasher.
Is that enough? It's not enough, right?
3 cards left in hand.
Both.
He's just passing over. This is a deck race, guys. This is a deck race.
Yeah.
Is it only one card left in the deck, or is
I think it's 2. I think it's 2.
There's 2 cards left.
I think it's 2.
So it's just a matter of guarding. There's still one Sentinel in Nuts' hand. Yeah, that's what we have to remember. I think it was a bit of a shame that Keru didn't attack with the Vanguard previous turn, but you didn't want to deck out. Yeah, I can understand the feeling.
Yeah, you don't want to take that chance, especially if your opponent. I believe he might still have a Sentinel in hand. I think that's what Keru is anticipating. So that's why he didn't attack with the Vanguard.
It doesn't matter because Keru has attack. This is so exciting, isn't it?
not having enough cards though. Yeah, not having enough cards. It's he's through Sentinel here. That's a 2-card guard. You know, actually just running out of resources here. And he has to pass again.
Are you gonna pass? Yeah,
he's gonna pass.
So right down to the end, the last.
Hey, you gotta
draw. You gotta draw. Here we go. Right.
5k, and does he have the 15?
Oh, he does have the 15.
Turn end.
Turn end.
Keru
decks out. Whoa.
That is an insane game. Came right down to the last few cards left in the deck.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was close. That was close.
The thing is, he could have buffed up the side there. There was at one point when the Arcs was attacking that it was only a 5k shield. Yeah, that was a bit of a shame there.
Yeah.
Forcing more cards out of Nut would have been the best call there, but still, both players have done admirably. Yeah, it's a shame that we can't see Barf Sagara in the final, but Nut is just insane. I couldn't help but think that during that last play, though, the final arcs I think was a bit
greedy.
It was a bit greedy.
Yeah. And finally, you know, Bav Saga have been decking out all the Bruces, but then finally, Bruce decked out the Bav Saga.
Yeah.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, right?
Yeah.
Very apt way of putting it. Yes.
Very ironic as well.
Well, we have a Bruce versus Bruce finals, yeah?
Yeah.
We have a Bruce versus Bruce final, so we will definitely be able to see which Bruce will take the top spot and which Bruce will take the second.
That's right. There can only be one. But we will have a short break before the finals, and we'll be back very, very soon.
Weiss Schwarz! Time to make your move, little sister.
Then I guess I'll attack your character.
Aha! I saw that coming, and I'll counter your attack with me!
Ruby, now coming to Weiss Schwarz.
as an English edition original.
Trial Deck Plus, Booster Pack, and Supply Set.
On sale December 17th.
Bushiroad!
Cardfight Vanguard Overdress! Power up your deck with these new cards! Journey forth with your new allies! Booster Pack, Advance of Intertwined Stars! Coming soon! Bushiroad!
Cardfight Vanguard Overdress! It's your leader, Mirai! Look how cool Buff Sartra is with the new Arms card! Start deck, Sealed Blaze Maiden, coming soon! Bushiroad!
Hi, I'm Kalen Fallon. I'm the BSFO Vanguard Overdress winner for Europe. And the deck I used was Bruce. Lovely Bruce. Preparing for BSFO was mostly to do in a small friend group, because the fun thing about Standard at the time was the lack thereof, not based because of the format, but lack thereof matchups to learn against. And it takes less time to really develop and understand, hey, so in this I'm going to do this, and in this I'm not going to do this, which makes it feel a lot more like free and less diverse than what the other formats hold at the moment. Prior to BSFO, I've been playing in BCSs and Team Leagues since 2015, and in 2019 I got an invite to a World Finals for V Premium, and the continent that I normally play in is Europe. I love BCS. I am a huge fan of BCSs. Going out to events to meet people that you've, say, either known already or haven't seen in a while or only know via online. It's just that like whole community coming together that makes the Bushiroad events really, really satisfying and fun to go to. And generally just seeing all the different decks and different people just makes it just a lot of fun. Despite not being as community wholesome as BCSs, it's still incredibly fun, because you can still you still meet people like you'd never meet, because despite being stuck to your desk or the floor, you can meet anyone at any country. But like, so say you meet an American, you meet, this is in my case, an American, you meet someone in Australia, you'd never play against them ever, or it's a lot more diverse. And honestly, it kind of helps with the lack of in-person communication that is the only letdown, I think, of Remote Fight at the moment. And in between rounds, it means I can just go into a call with a bunch of friends, mostly my local friends, and then we can talk about, hey, did you win? Did you lose? How did it go? My main advice is to try to broaden your player base. Obviously, this can range. To say, if you're in a small country, you can always try to go out to different locals, because that's something I like to do, because going to different locals means you meet more people, you meet different type of decks. It leads to, say you'd never go against this deck unless you went here. So running into different decks means that you just get a bigger broad of what to do when you go into a competitive. Obviously, if you're not in a small country, that just changes to trying out different discords, because that's just the easier way to, at home or just in general, just meet more people and then just have more fun, I guess. Anyway, good luck to everyone else participating in Bro 2021, and I hope to see you there too.
My name's Ron Manankil. Lots of people know me as Shiro Neko. I am the BSFO AO champion, and I topped with Blade Master. Yeah. Actually, I was already planning ahead of the Blade Master loop when Soen was announced. I already started visionizing the deck. The problem was securing some premium parts, which was mainly the Tempestosphere and Zazan, and in the end, I didn't even get to use them because I wasn't able to secure a set of each because our shop here only had 2 boxes of premium collection, so we weren't able to really gather parts. And so preparing for the event, I was just watching videos on like WCC and Different Fights channel on the meta and thinking of how I can counter that without using the vanilla engine and doing the turbo engine. And in the end, I also thought of the mirror match because thinking of the meta, you're obviously gonna encounter your own meta deck, and so to take the meta into account, you have to really think of the mirror match too. So yeah, that's how I prepared for BSFO. I actually participated in BCS starting 2017. I wasn't really a competitive player back then because I was really busy with other things like school competitions and other fights. But yeah, those were the only ones that I joined because BSFO, Springfest rather, was not really in my place. It was in the main city in Manila, so I wasn't really able to participate with that. But BCS, I participated yearly starting from 2017. Well, I think I met a lot of interesting people, for sure. I met Kendo from Team Rising Dragons, and I met Derek Dow from WCC when he came here for BCS, and I also met I made many friends through BCS because there are some players that don't join weekly tournaments, but when a huge event comes, you suddenly see all these people pop up. I would also want to give a shout out, by the way, to the BCS 2019 champion. He's also a Cebuano. He's one of the only people I know from Cebu that also won a Bushiroad event. I want to give him love. His name is Vince Del Rosario. I think he deserves more love than me because he wasn't able to actually go to Japan due to personal reasons. So I want to give him the spotlight too. I think for BSFO I was kind of like I was scared at first to join because as you said, it's through a webcam and like cheaters may pop up once or twice, but actually unexpectedly the judges were actually really well organized. They were monitoring the entire situation, and it was a pretty fun event actually. It was nice to participate through my own home, and I didn't have to go down or risk like getting COVID, especially now, to just join an event, which is really nice. It was really convenient. I posted in my Instagram story the progress of like how the event went, and I was also watching the stream so I could like study the other decks that were on stream. It was pretty fun to like see everyone react to the Instagram story because not a lot of people knew about the event here. So it's pretty nice to see like people react and stuff. Well, my advice for BRO, if you're a seasoned player, I suggest you study the meta since it's a pretty Wild West meta right now, and literally anything could happen. And for new players, I would say don't be scared. Just do your best, and it's a free tournament. You win, you lose, you don't lose anything, so it's alright. Just calm down, and I'm rooting for all of you. Follow me on, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram. It's Hello Ishiro. Just hit me up if you guys want to chat, hang out, or even play remote fight. So thank you and good luck to everyone. I hope to see you all, and I hope to see everyone in top 8 also. Well, not everyone, but yeah. I hope everyone does well.
Welcome back, everyone. We're at the finals of AO Bushiroad Rumble Online Standard Overdress Tournament. We had a crazy game just then, right? Have you guys recovered from that? That was
no,
definitely didn't.
No, I'm not able to recover from that. So not because the deck that won me over is in the top 3. Top in the second bracket, but more on the sense that my boy Bruce is also at the top right there, and not just proving fully undefeated across the entire tournament right now. And
That's
we
right.
also got word right that Nut, right, his quarterfinal opponent was Laurel Nerol, and he actually defeated Laurel Nerol in 5 minutes from there. So, but as you take a look at the
Wow.
bracket, like, could you tell us more about this Kai? Like,
Yeah, so Fried Steaks would have unfortunately gotten deleted by Nut in 5 minutes. And then Nut has just progressed all the way to the finals, and he is facing against Muzrak. Muzrak actually taking out Man Long in the semi-finals. So again, bottom bracket, Azol Bruce. We got a Techie Bruce with Nut versus Muzrak's Bruce. So there can only be one Bruce, you know? And
There can only be one Bruce.
That's right.
There
And may
can
the
only be
Bruciest
one.
wins, right?
the Bruciest winner. So, and this is what's on the line as well.
That's
this is
right.
what's on the line as well.
So we
Bruce.
got Nut here with his tech Bruce, a bit of everything, just one of everything, right? You can
Just
do-
one of everything, yeah. And we've seen
Yep.
it coming out in like the weirdest of times, actually.
Yeah, but let's kind of look at Muzrak's list because we saw Nut's list already. We only saw Muzrak's one once. This one is just a very standard build with a few more defensive orders, and that's pretty much it. With the Olbaria over trigger, so able to get that 100 million powers on both sides after your Bruce attacks. So yeah, that is the kind of some of the key differences, I guess. But apart from that, it'll be interesting to see how the Tech Bruce versus the Standard Bruce can do it. What do you guys think?
Well, all I can say is that we are definitely going to be crowning a Bruce as a champion today.
Yep, one of them is gonna be unrivaled for sure.
Wow, unrivaled. Is that a sneak preview of what is to come?
That is a sneak preview of what's to come for Team 304 for sure. Yes.
Nut might actually take that title in, yeah, undefeated, you know.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so we've seen Nut. He plays very, very aggressive Bruce. Very aggressive Bruce. We just see him throw down cards as soon as possible. You know.
No, but that's the beautiful thing. You see, you saw the way that he actually controls the pace. It came from like a very aggressive play. That when the opponent is actually expecting him to be overtly aggressive, he starts playing passive. You know, he threw the opponent off their rhythm, and it just became like a battle of attrition. And that's the psychological factor there. You see, it's like you've received my onslaughts. Now I'm just gonna pace it down.
But look at Muzrax. He's doing the same thing, going second. You know, so he gets his final rush later, but he gets to attack first. And straight off the bat, showing that confidence and throwing down a card and going face. Able to deal 1 damage to Nut so far. Nut riding his grade 2. Now, is he going to respond in kind?
Definitely.
Definitely
If you're
so,
fighting a
yeah.
Bruce Mirror. Yeah, you're fighting a Bruce Mirror, you gotta be aggressive here.
You gotta be aggressive in there.
I think the cool thing that Nut has a slight advantage over is he's just running the Edens. And see that Eden, right? Eden is a great card just to throw down early on because it can start, it has an on hit that can retire things. It's pretty cool, right?
Yep.
Eden is one of my more favorite cards to play in a Bruce deck. So it's one of those cards that I find very difficult to drop because of just how good he is. Being able to have that retire, being able to have that +1 critical. I can say that definitely Eden is one of the linchpins in the Bruce deck. So if any player decides to go for it.
Yeah. And look at that tri-lane already from Muzrax. Just pushing already 3 lanes. One not even hitting. One not even hitting.
One not even hitting.
Yep.
But
Quite possibly can be.
He has confidence that it will hit,
Yep. No pass there or an over
No pass
trigger.
there.
Boom.
Nope, nothing.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately not.
Unfortunate.
So Nut is able to access Final Rush first. But is he actually going to commit an Eden here, do you think?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes, he did.
There it is. Yes.
Yes,
As soon
he
as he said
did.
it, it's there.
Right.
Now, the cool thing about Eden is he can attack a rear guard, and if that hits, he can just destroy another rear guard as well.
Correct. That counterblast
Extremely
is
cool.
standing by ready just to be able to get the retire if it pops
I
up.
think Musrax is thinking here, he can definitely guard the Bruce. It's just that it's more worrisome to think about the Eden. So you gotta think. So which do you not want to have? More damage or no rear guards at all?
I rather have my rear guards on the field. So I would actually take the Bruce and I actually would defend against the Eden because I don't want to lose Derek. I don't want to lose Protobob as well. Because those 2 cards are going to be super helpful in my next turn.
And so, here's the thing, right? You're in a kind of weird situation when you play this aggressive because Is that a?
It's a one to
That's a
pass.
proto bomb. It's a one to pass.
And it's a
Oh,
front.
ouch! That's
Draw and a front. Ouch. One damage.
I mean,
That's-
shouldn't have thrown anything down at all, buddy.
I feel like that's really greedy,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Because-
in a sense, it's actually good as well because you see, by putting in one to pass, you're forcing Nut to actually put in that first trigger into the Vanguard. So when the front comes out, Eden was only swinging at 20, so he was able to guard it with a 15k shield.
And I mean,
Taking a hit, you see, but still, it
Yeah,
kind
one
of
lo-
hurts, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense as well.
Yeah, it makes sense throughout from there, but still the end result is that you still lost one card for a damage that you had to take anyway. So yeah.
But come on, it's like, the Eden would have been 30k.
so 2 to
Fair
pass from
enough.
Muzrak, blank. This Derek swing in like to the side and the 5k shield, easy guard, and now Nut enters final rush, and he's got a pretty good setup, right? Having a Persona ride here.
Yep,
If he gets a
and
full dive as well, ooh, he's got that.
He's got it, yeah.
He's got it. Yeah.
I've seen people talk about how you can have a Prittlebulb with Leonard, and that's like cool, fine and dandy, nice combo. But what's also a pretty good combo? Just pure power, right? Pure power. These lines, this Eden line is hitting at like a 35, and
And crit.
the cool thing about this is you don't even need CB after the Hellblast. You can just bash face, 5 attacks at high power. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wait, so he's used it with the Hellblast there. and
So
then there's
Hellblast there. So
Power.
so there should be 10k in the front row.
Yeah, 10k in Persona Ride, so this is 35.
Yep.
Pretty annoying card to guard because you have to 2-card guard this. Marjorie is also going to be hitting absolutely massive as well. That's going to be pretty much a no guard. So he's likely just going to 4. But if he is forced to guard, the Eden here, then he's looking at taking the Marjorie and then taking the Bruce attack as well.
It's a bit weird of guarding with a Leonard there. There's a Derek on the field that he could have used as an intercept.
Yeah. So he takes
Ooh,
the
that's a
Marjorie.
heal trigger. That's very good.
Yep.
That changes a lot of things, right?
That changes a lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, Muzrak's hand not very big, so just having the ability to not have to guard anything would be nice. But Eden is going to be swinging in for a big number though, so he still has to be careful.
This is
The crit is
33, isn't
online.
it?
Yeah, it's 33 going on right there. The Eden is actually now online with that plus extra critical. So Muzrak
That's right.
hopefully needs to be careful about that. Especially now that he's sitting at
There's another heal.
Another heal?
but there's another
Yes,
heal,
another
but
heal.
well, okay.
Wow, the amount of confident no guards that are happening on Muzrak's side.
Okay, forget anything I said in the last minute. So
Did he put it on Regard?
Right.
I-
No.
Oh,
he's
no,
thinking.
okay.
He's thinking.
no,
about
he's thinking.
it,
He's thinking. He's putting on the Vanguard. Yeah, he's putting.
If he did, I would have questioned his motives there.
Yeah, he definitely needs the defense, so especially if he wants to
The
stave off more
the
damage.
Eden is just gonna be a 15k shield. That
He actually
why would they
perfect
not?
guarded the Eden.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a bit weird.
Or
Or
I
maybe
think
that
it was
might
just
be-
attacking Breeze maybe. Oh, because the Marjorie hits 43,
Yeah.
so it would have still hit through.
It would have been just a 15k shield. It's the same as the Eden actually. So, huh.
So Persona Ride comes in for Muzrax, but his hand doesn't look great. Like, his hand looks really poor. But he's able to get it, yeah.
He's able to get, the necessary cards. He gets to double the Marjorie. I think that's okay. I think that's okay.
At this stage, I think it's okay.
That's
If
another
he's-
Bruce that he's just gonna be putting down so that he can use Marjorie's skill. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Ooh, there are 2 Marjories on the board as well.
Yep.
So I think he might he might use Marjorie's effect once, and then after the restand, use the Marjorie effect again.
Yep.
Oh,
So
actually,
that side Marjorie. No, that side Marjorie will be using the power. Then you might be right on that. He actually might attack with that side Marjorie after the restand, and then
No,
and
I
then use
think
protocol skill, so-
if he's
that's a heal.
If he's boosting with Protobulb now, he's definitely using the Marjorie skill first. So
Yep.
okay, yeah.
still hits pretty big. 43 again. Still kind of over a 1-card guard limit, even with that heal. So
Yeah.
That's why Marjorie is pretty good when you combo it like that. I think, yeah, so Nut is asking for triggers. He's probably going, okay, I'm going to no-guard the Vanguard anyway. So I have to think if I want to take this or not, if I want to commit 2 cards to guard this. Just a reminder that both players have been swinging a lot. They've been committing resources very early, so they have to be very careful about how they guard their... use their hand to guard now, because their resources are going to run a bit low.
All right, so looking into this, yeah, there's quite a big shield over there. You have to use for the Marjorie. It's gonna be restanding now. But for Moose-Track though, then the hand count might be a bit low, but
most definitely, yeah. But his damage is low as well, so that's kind of a plus.
That's fine. Yeah, that's kind of fine, because he just took an onslaught of an attack just now, yeah, and actually escaped pretty much unscathed.
That's right. And he's Soul Blast 5 for the... He actually has a quite healthy soul, to be honest. Lots of cards in there. But yeah,
the double Marjorie... Yeah, the double Marjorie helps with that also, because not only do you move one into...
Oh, there's a front?
Wow.
There's a front. Yep. So
stacking that.
That's 53 and another Marjorie in hand.
So 2 20k shields as well, which is big.
Yep.
And now these 53 Marjories, again, need to be 2 card. Not just might go all the way to 5 here.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard
he gotta, right? Because he wants to expand his hand on his field later.
Yep.
It's very hard to efficiently guard these, but bear in mind, if he goes to 5 and he doesn't kill Muzrak next turn, which is pretty hard, he's going to be eating that onslaught, that multi-attack onslaught from Muzrak the turn after, because it's going to be very hard to kill Muzrak in the next turn, especially after he just revealed 2 20k shields with 3 damage to work with. Not is contemplating.
He's just contemplating right there. It's so painful. I mean, he can expand on his Sentinel right now.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's attacking on the Marjorie. That's...
Oh, okay.
Oh. I mean, Bruce looks like he has a low amount of soul, but we saw the Pandemonium tactics, right? So soul issues aren't going to be an issue at all.
I don't see. I mean, pushing your opponent to 5 would have been like a very optimal play.
I feel like I would rather have pushed to 5 there.
Because you just want the damage. You gotta factor in that if your opponent is gonna get a heal trigger, you want them to heal to 4, not to 3.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, putting in 5 attacks when your opponent's at 5 damage is nearly undeniable. It's just it's game winning. But with 4, if he gets that trigger on that 5th damage, unless you did your Hellblast Persona Ride turn, it's technically not confirmed kill in a way,
Yep.
In itself, okay, so you see that Nut is slowly just slowing the pace again of the gameplay. Putting on Derek and that Proto Belt means that that's it's not really a good hand left, is it?
But you don't need a good hand when you have Derek. You just need a good top deck.
Retire one of the Marjories. Don't really care which.
He actually doesn't get a retire because he doesn't have enough soul.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna call 3. 3 cards. Gets a Leonard, which is nice, but the last 2, he's contemplating.
I'm seeing yellows. Yeah.
I think you just put them all into soul.
Double crit.
Yeah. Double crit. Go into soul. Yeah.
Yeah, it's double crit.
Yeah, you want that 5 soul, so you have to do it. You have to do it. And now he's ready to at least do multi-attacks, but Muzrak's on 2 damage again.
Pandemonium tactics coming into play right now. The heal.
There we go.
Oh, okay. All right. So not a lot of triggers actually went into the soul.
It's kind of nice. Front row gets 10k nice. At least.
Yep.
We saw 3 triggers though, 2 criticals, 1 heal, things that he actually would need, to kind of push
to defend. Yep, correct.
No, not to defend, to attack.
Sorry. I was just thinking it's next, and I'm a bit ahead.
So it's like Leonard there's so much pressure in Leonard right now because a booster can just come out right off it.
Well, the actual sad thing is that in the soul there's not that much boosters that are any good at all.
There's a Sentinel, there's a Sentinel there.
Yeah,
there's a Sentinel there, so yep.
There's a Hound, yeah.
Yeah, if you had a Doba, it'd be perfect, but remember, Nut's playing a bunch of techs as well, so...
Yeah,
Those
and none of them
Dober
actually.
counts.
I mean, any of the tech cards would have been good at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Musrax, I think, guarding the Lenard's attack. I don't know. The attacks. This is going to be very risky. You see, by having that Lenard present on your field, yeah, you lure your opponent into thinking that I gotta guard the Lenard and I'm just gonna attack. I'm just gonna eat the Vanguard and the rest of the other rearguard's attack. That opens you to a lot of vulnerabilities when it comes to critical triggers and over triggers.
Yeah, I feel like Muzrak is trying to play it very safe. He's guard the first two, then take the Vanguard and not die to a double critical. But again, like Muzrak's hand is it's not
two cards
in hand.
But he has quality. It's quality, so he's actually just taking this one. Okay, so
So
there's a
Lenard will
front
go
right
off.
there. So it's not like a.
now comes
There won't go. There's a Derek there. So so it's gonna be standing again, which is pretty annoying. But I think Musrax has to count his lucky stars. It's not in Eden.
Yeah, there's only 2 Edens, so not that much.
Did he take damage from Lenard or from Derek?
No, from Derek.
From Derek, okay.
Yeah, he actually got at the Lenard.
That's smart, so because you don't want to have that extra 1 on the field from the sword, plus the 1 soul charge as well.
Yeah. So swinging in, this is 23 from the Pandemonium Tactics.
It's gotta take it, right? I mean, there's no choice.
I think you take it.
He has no choice.
Hope for a trigger. Hope for maybe 2 triggers.
There we go.
Over trigger.
That's
oh no, yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You get lulled into.
I think that might decide.
100 million. That might decide it. Yeah, you're right.
Because we saw no nulls in the hand unless he has one up in his pocket somewhere. So he can guard this.
He's gotta guard both. That's
he has to guard both.
Wait, he's throwing a null now.
Yep.
Does that mean he has another one?
The Derek is just too small. Yeah, it's a 20k
Oh,
shield. It's
okay.
20k shield. That he's enough. He guards just
He
enough.
survived, but that Bruce
Barely.
is swing at 23 with double crit the next turn. He can't survive.
Yeah.
He has to somehow win this turn.
Yeah, he gotta win this turn.
Does he have enough soul? I think he might actually.
He might actually
That's
have
a
enough.
Derek. Okay, that's good. That's I think actually very good. Yeah, that's a Derek there.
And he gets to. I think he gets to retire 1.
Yep.
But will he see his overtrigger? I wonder. We haven't seen that come out yet. And an Obari overtrigger right now would actually be game winning. He just has to make sure he doesn't soul charge it.
Yep.
Might be the 4 cards that he's looking at right now.
Yeah. He throws down a Leonard.
Lenard,
A Dobar. Dobar is good.
A Dobar, and that's a.
I think that's a
that's
trigger.
draw.
A crit trigger.
Yeah. Oh, crit trigger. Yeah.
Oh no,
And
a
that
draw
was the
trigger.
last card.
Any trigger. And he's still
Any
holding that
trigger.
last one.
No, what is that?
That's the mystery right there, because you say if it's in the top 4, if that over triggers in the top 4, oof.
That is a big ouch. Big ouch.
Big ouch.
That's a big ouch.
He's still
Must
thinking
Rex-
about it.
Yeah.
It must be very sad. It could be a very sad 4th card.
Yeah.
It must
My
be
heart
a
would-
very sorry.
Yeah,
You
my
put it
heart
so
would
quickly.
sink.
I feel like it wasn't a trigger. It didn't look like the. It didn't look like the overdress trigger.
Alright, so what is he going to be doing with that Lenard there? Are you actually considering on stepping over a Lenard so that you can get a Marjorie power instead?
Maybe he is considering the fact that you draw soul charge with Marjorie.
Yep.
That might hit the one miracle card that could turn this game into a huge win.
Oh, it's a Bruce, I think.
It's
that
a
went into
Bruce.
the- Yep.
The final card was
Okay.
Bruce. So overtrigger is still a possibility here.
Yeah, unaccounted for, yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
What a finals, guys. What a finals.
you gotta hope for it, man. It's like
Yeah.
Moose Strikes for any chance of you winning this game, you gotta get that overtrigger.
Yep. The over trigger will turn the tide for Musrex right now.
Okay, he is doing it.
Yep. Move to soul, draw 1, soul charge 1.
Not sure what that was, but I think
It's definitely not an over trigger.
Yeah, they would have said something
Yep.
about it. But
Correct.
this is only hitting 31 because he has no big kind of power boosts to this front row.
Yep.
So, ooh, it's very guardable. At least,
It's very
at
guardable.
least this Dober can do something, you know. At least this Dober can do something. This is 23. If he does this, he plays it again. That is a crit
Critical.
trigger.
Yeah, that's a crit trigger.
No
So this
guard.
is-
Wait, wait.
I mean,
oh no, trigger check. Sorry, my mistake.
yeah, we're getting to that level, the trigger check
We're getting
level.
to the level. Yep.
You gotta. This is like finals. You don't want to mess around. And Nut has been playing this very beautifully. Yeah, he's been very meticulous about everything. It's just
And
up to
it's-
Moonstrikes to pull off a miracle here.
It's 33k. It's the really annoying one, you know. It's the double drop one, or it's 2-card guard basically. So if he takes this, he can be banking on something like getting a trigger on the Vanguard, on his 5th damage, and then he can kind of 5k guard the Bruce because that one's only hitting for 13. And then the other sides become way easier to guard. Like a 23, that's nice. That's a 1-card guard, and 33 becomes a 1-card guard as well. But it really just comes down to the 2 cards that Muzrak's drawn. Were they the overtrigger or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Were they the overtrigger?
Were they the overtrigger?
He's not giving any indication at all there. So just keeping the cool. I think, yeah, you gotta hope for the overtrigger here, buddy.
Yeah.
33, 2-card guard. Depends right now. Yeah, Nut could actually go for, taking this 2 guard again for the Vanguard. Save the Sentinels for the rear guard, just in case.
Yeah, or he could do something like, I don't know. Is he thinking of taking the Vanguard? That
So
feels
much
risky.
drama right now. There's just so
Yeah.
much drama right now, considering how things could turn, in the next minute or so. Like this is intense.
Yeah, Nut just doesn't. It just feels like he won't have enough Sentinels. So he has to be very, very careful in how he does this.
Correct. This is still 33 for Marjorie actually coming after Bruce. So Nut is still trying to consider his guards here. How he's gonna defend the next 3 attacks.
We saw Nut holding on to that 1 Sentinel there. Possibility of having 2 is pretty huge. But yeah, it just depends on the quality guards that he has inside his hand. The other card could come in handy as well. Yeah, but again, it's just that the fear of the unknown. Yeah, is what sets everything apart right here.
20 and intercept.
That's 33, and that's the
There we
intercept.
go.
All right.
He's playing it very safe. Soul Blast 5 here for the restand on Bruce. It's taking it out already. Ooh.
All right.
Choosing to keep 1 Bruce inside the soul, and maybe if you have a chance.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters that much anymore. I doubt this
No.
even pull protobulbs out. These games are literally just going down to the wire, right? Every game we've seen going down to low deck counts. And is he gonna what is not gonna do here? How is he gonna He throws the perfect guard here
Throws the
now.
guard down here. All right, this could spell it, everybody.
1 overtrigger, 200, 100 million on each side. Yeah,
Is he throwing a null for a null?
He's throwing a null for null.
Oh.
Oh.
He's not afraid?
He might have one more.
Afraid.
He's not afraid.
He is not
He's not afraid. All right, here it comes, guys. First check. Boom. That's a
Critical
critical.
trigger. All right. How
puts
has
it
to
all
go to
on-
side? Yep.
All on the big side, right?
Yep, that's it. Okay, second check.
If he gets another critical, that is
Second
pretty
check.
lethal.
It's the front.
Front trigger.
Front trigger.
Front trigger. My word.
But we only have 1 lethal attack here. 1 lethal attack.
1 little attack. Yeah. Okay, so this might have been. Oh,
There
that's
it
a-
is. Yeah,
the
that's another
final
Rikuseki
Sentinel.
dragon. Yep.
Just hit. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just hit. Take it.
Attacks in a
There you
front
go.
trigger as well. Okay. Now, it's not actually over for Mizrax. He has 4 cards in deck. The problem is now the overtrigger is a liability because it draws a card.
It draws a card.
It actually draws a card. So he has to pray that the overtrigger is actually in his hand. But that also means that Muzrak's hand is insane in terms of guard value. He got crit front, and if one of those cards is overtrigger, Nut's turn is going to be very, very weak.
Yep. All sentinels are out. This is insane. What? Getting that crit and front was so much better. in terms of in terms of value right now, it's just so much better. You're sitting in a situation where you only have 2 cards in hand. You gotta think you can't even use Bruce's ability. You can, but what's the quality of your hand cards?
Yeah, even considering like the combinations, right? Like from the previous turn and how not guarded he goes. Okay, if an over trigger comes out, I still have a null. If a crit over comes out, I still have a null. I can take 1, so it's all good. Right.
And it's a Derek there, so
Derek
the
and
choice is there. Is he going to be using that Derek's ability? That's
He is.
getting him so close to that.
Really?
Really? He's gonna risk it for the biscuits. Yes.
He's gotta. This is the final turn. Yeah, look at that. Those are actually quality cards.
Quality cards.
Oh wow. Okay.
And he still has enough to be able to attack with Bruce and get the restand as well.
He has just enough cards left in deck.
Mosrak needs to get an overtrigger here.
He needs to check an overtrigger. He needs to check an overtrigger for the 100 million in order to save himself.
It wouldn't be a liability per se because
It's not
if Bruce decides to
Not
attack.
anymore, yeah.
And not anymore. Actually, if he takes 1 damage and gets an over here,
it's over.
Nut can stop the attack. He just stops attacking.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
so
just attacks regard.
He's got to attack first, right? He's got to guard first, right? Mosrak has to bait out the attack from the Vanguard.
Actually, it's fine because Nut has no cards in hand as well. So he just he can actually here's the problem: is Mosrak's hand is 2 triggers, right, and 2 unknowns. So he needs a way. If an over trigger comes on the 6, he needs a way to still hit enough power to get through 2 intercepts.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If Mosrax can actually fend off against these 2 and Bruce attacks, if the 6 damage is an over trigger, then that means that Nut will only have 1 card in hand. It goes into Mosrax's favor. This is still in a teetering situation between both players.
Because it depends on whether or not Nut wants to attack with his Vanguard during this turn, or this could just be a ruse.
I feel like it's kind of important. I think he has to go all in here, right? But I feel like not boosting with the Protoball right now is kind of a mistake because in that situation where the over trigger does come out, he can at least salvage a heal trigger back down or something like that. But does he actually have enough soul? There is only 4 soul.
Is there?
Is it 4 soul?
I thought it was 5 because I counted 4 last turn. Then he used Derek's turn, so then he moves it into the soul. And with him attacking with Eden now, so I believe he has 5 in soul.
So I guess he has just
3,
enough.
4. 2, 4. No, there's only 4 cards there. Can't think. It could be.
There might be one
hidden,
stacked on top of the other. There might be one stacked on top of the other. But we'll see soon enough. Because right now, if I was Mosrax right now, my thinking would be that if I have to take a damage, I have to take a 6 damage, and if it is the over trigger, if it is, it's 1 in 25 chance if it is still in the deck. That'll be the way that I can actually achieve victory right there.
The issue that Mosrak is seeing right now, I believe, is on the fact that he might be overguarding for the Eden right here. Not enough 5k shield.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's only 4 cards in Mosrak's hand.
Yeah. 4 cards in Mosrak's hand.
I mean, he's putting his hand over the Marjorie, so I'm wondering if Nut is actually just attacking rear.
Is he attacking rear?
If he's attacking rear, then just give it to him.
That doesn't sound right.
Exactly. Doesn't sound right. No, that doesn't sound right at all.
I mean, he's checking what's in his deck.
Yeah.
That is so weird. It does not change. It does not change the status of your deck. It's either you're gonna be taking it or you're.
Well, not. Is he trying to figure out his next turn, because he's probably thinking maybe there's a scenario where he's saying I can guard all of these attacks, but I'm gonna lose everything. So are my next draws gonna be pieces I can use to play the game?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's laying out his entire.
Right, he's just doing this. It's just looking for a miracle somewhere, digging through a miracle.
Yeah.
Wow. So we can see basically everything.
Oh man. Oh,
You gotta be thinking: is this more for his opponent's sake or for his own?
I think
I mean,
it's
his
for his own
over
because
his over is not out yet, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually just not
Unless
out.
he's in the two unknowns in his hand. That's the thing.
yeah. Because if it is in his hand, if the over trigger is in his hand right now, he's done a very very good job at not showing any stress about it.
I feel like it's not because he's thinking so much.
Yeah. We're thinking so much and we're not playing.
Yeah.
The
Come on,
situation at
Muzrax.
hand right now is
Have
like-
confidence, Have
Yeah.
confidence.
He has to
Yeah.
guard the rear guards now so that he can bait the Vanguard's attack. That's all
Yeah.
that he needs to understand.
Yeah.
The ability, because you want your opponent to deck out. That has always been the case, because you see, you can't even tell if your opponent is going to be attacking with a Vanguard or not. That's the situation at hand. So if you don't have enough cards to guard everything else, you're not supposed to be looking into what's left inside your deck. You're supposed to be looking into what's the trigger lineup in your opponent's on your opponent's field, so that you know if you can actually if you're brave enough to actually put in a 1-2 pass.
I mean, it's like I said, all these ifs. If it happens, it's a 1 in 4, man. It's a 1 in 4.
It's a 1 in 4. Yeah,
It's a 1 in 4, but I just we've got one crucial information. Nut actually has the over trigger in play, so that bruise is actually coming in for 2 damage.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah,
a
it is.
bigger swing.
Yeah, that's actually a bigger swing. That's something that
So-
we actually.
Yeah, but it's all solved. If the OT comes out, it's all solved. all your
It's
problems.
all, no, it's all solved if the OT comes out. But now my theory changes from here because the OT has to come out here.
Yeah.
The OT has to come out
No.
here, but it's still in the favor of Nut.
The only way Muzrax can survive this is that if he can actually use his, if he can actually proc his over trigger, or that if we have been miscalculating and that the soul is indeed 4.
Yeah.
Unless there's like the OT's in hand, but there's like a heal out, right? So he's going, okay.
I can't heal this out. I gotta guard this, but at the same time, then doesn't that make sense that you have to guard everything?
No, I don't think he might have enough to guard everything.
Yeah. How many heals are out? How many heals are out? Can we see?
I was asking myself that question for a while now. I feel like they're all out.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like they're all out.
A lot of heals. He healed a lot early on, but there could be the possibility there's just like 1 left.
Oh man.
This is so difficult, and I understand Muzrax. Yeah, I understand Muzrax's position right now. You're in the finals.
He was actually attacking a Marjorie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh,
see?
he was attacking Marjorie.
So indeed,
Okay.
that was 5. That was 5.
Yeah, that was
there.
5. So Eden restands. But this is.
Is he
So
not
I
going to
think-
swing with the Derek?
He's not
think
swinging
I
with
understand why as well, because the overtrigger hasn't made its presence. So if the overtrigger comes out now, wouldn't that spell doom?
Okay, so is he doing something like Vanguard swing, then Eden swing again, both with crits, and
Yeah.
then if he's able to guard it all, sure, then he has to guard with Derek. But if there's just not enough, then
what's happening?
Wait,
here?
what? What's going on?
There
Was
is
there a
5.
miscommunication or?
Was there?
No, there's no miscommunication. There's 5 there. and
Yeah,
he's
that's right
attacking
there.
with
Yeah,
Vanguard,
he's
that's
attacking
it.
with Vanguard. Yeah.
So okay, the swing
So
in.
Vanguard swinging at 28, right? So you just put in 1 front, 2 to pass, hope to God it does not pass. That's
Oh,
the
one,
best.
one to
that's the
pass.
best
One
play.
to pass.
Yeah,
Okay,
there.
so
You see, 'cause
there's
you
the
got-
one to pass.
First check.
Nothing.
Blank.
See?
Okay, he's
It's
doing the
blank.
play. He's doing the Eden play. So this is swinging with 2 crit as well.
Yep.
And this is 23.
23.
Right?
You have a 15k shield. You have a 15k shield in your hand.
Oh, Muzrax.
There we go.
All right.
15K
then
shield.
This is
last-
18.
Derek.
There we go.
There we go.
10k shield. Third
10K
hand.
And what? Can we see the top card of the deck?
Can we
Muzrax,
just see the
what is
top
it?
card of the deck?
That's it. It's over. He passes the turn. Not loses.
Oh,
Alex,
not the over trigger.
It's not even an over
Oh
trigger.
no! He should have. Oh, if
Oh.
it wasn't, then he probably should have attacked the other way, right?
No, he should have attacked with the Derek as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Derek as well. Yeah.
he was so afraid of the overtrigger, though.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. He was so afraid of it. But I feel like at that point, you just have to deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
You just got to do the maths and hope for the best.
Or perhaps he knew that there was no more triggers in deck, so that's why he was just saving that direct column. I mean, even if direct stands, it's still a 10k, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
true. No, it's 15.
Yeah.
It's 15.
It's 15, yeah. So
Yeah, it's 15.
plus that. Wait, no, there wasn't anything else. So yeah, it'd be 15. That would have been a 5k guard right off the bat, right there. And yeah, that's one card off. That'll be one card off also, so he might not be able to defend against the Derek the second time round if he actually attacked.
Wow. Okay, that was intense. That was really, really intense. It went down to the wire right there. You know, not decided to play. Not decided to play around the overtrigger, I think.
Yeah, he did.
The other way wouldn't have played around the overtrigger, but just gone for the mass attacks. But yeah, that was such a close game.
So close.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No, it's like this. The deciding factor was going one to pass for the Vanguard. There's no other choice.
There was no other choice.
There was no other choice. You gotta be doing that.
Yeah.
All right. We will be having an interview with the winner after the break, just so we can kind of recover ourselves from that crazy game. And stay tuned, everyone. We'll be crowning the winner and talking with Muzrax, all from the Netherlands, actually, on his journey. All right, so stay tuned. We'll be back very, very soon.
Weiss Schwarz!
Time to make your move, little sister.
Then I guess I'll attack your character.
Aha! I saw that coming, and I'll counter your attack with me!
Ruby, now coming to Weiss Schwarz.
As an English edition original.
Trial Deck Plus, Booster Pack, and Supply Set.
On sale December 17th.
Bushiroad!
Cardfight Vanguard Overdress! Power up your deck with these new cards! Journey forth with your new allies! Booster Pack, Advance of Intertwined Stars, coming soon! Bushiroad!
Cardfight Vanguard Overdress! It's your leader, Mirai! Look how cool Buff Sartra is with the new Arms card! Start deck, Sealed Blaze Maiden, coming soon! Bushiroad!
So hi, my name is Johan. I'm from France, and I participated in BSFO 2021, in which I got first place in V Premium in NA with Bermuda Triangle Prism, and then I also got third place Europe with Gastil in Premium, and second place of stand-up format for EU with Bastion. I took all three formats with. I was pretty happy about it. Yeah, so it was quite difficult because there was a lockdown in my country, actually. So I trained with my girlfriend. We played every day and each format. And yeah, we tried many decks. We had a good idea of what the format looks like. So yeah, we kept practicing every day. I wasn't really expecting to top. I mean, I really play tested a lot, and I also participated to the shop league, the remote shop league. But it was just because I found the game funny, but I never expected to top or play to top. So I started Vanguard in 2019, and so my first event was the DSF France 2019, and well, that was a great experience. So wanted to do another event, so I went to Cardiff the same day, the same year, and then I participated in many BCS this season. It was the last BCS season. Really great experience. So I hope it will come back very soon. Initially, I started the game with my girlfriend. So we traveled together, mainly together. I mean, and, sometimes when there were some other French people who traveled with us, but well, in Paris we had a small group who travel a lot. Very interesting and very weird at the same time, because I like the fact that I can play with anyone in the world, like with Australian people, and it was a really good experience because I'm not used to play with these people. Like I think Singapore people and even NA people. That was the first time I played with them. It was great in that regard, and at the same time, you don't see your opponent. You only see the hand, so well, you can't read on his face. Well, after a game is played, you can't go with your friends and talk about the game. Hopefully, I had a group of friends with whom I chatted during the event to recreate the atmosphere of a real event, but it's never the same. So I registered, I think, 5 tournaments. So I know some people registered for like the 9 tournaments. I don't know how they did. Yeah, I decided to only participate in 5 because I think I needed to sleep just to be able to play correctly. Maybe I played like 12 hours a day. I didn't sacrifice sleep time for the tournament. And so for people who want to participate, so maybe it's a bit late, but they should prepare before, like a month before, if they want to have a chance to talk. If they just want to have a fun moment, I think that's a great experience to chat with people as well, because after a game you can just chat with people and have a different view of the game. Thanks for listening, and good luck for the tournament. Ciao.
Welcome back, everyone. We finally reached the end of today, but before that, we have the interview with our winner, Muzrax, and we've got a couple of questions we want to ask him, guys, right?
Yeah,
so many.
And there we have it.
There we go,
the champion. Hey, Muzrax, how are you feeling?
It's too early in the morning, man. It's too early.
It's too early in the morning.
That's right. Normally it's the Americans who invade the area, but you're from EU, right?
Yeah, I'm from EU. I'm from the Netherlands.
Time zone different.
What time is it there?
What time is it? Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
perfect time.
Perfect time. You gotta think it like this. You know, you're starting breakfast like a champ. Like literally a champ.
No, you're starting breakfast as a champion.
As a champ.
That's right. I have to ask you, man. That last turn, what was going through your mind? You know, the last few attacks.
I was like, how the hell is my overtrigger still in deck? I was like, where is he? Where is he? But I was like, okay, do your own thing, and I just I fight the pick of time. So holy shit.
That's good. How did the rest of the tournament really go for you? You had a nice bottom bracket full of Bruces, and you became the one Bruce. You know, the top Bruce.
I had to play like 6 mirror matches in Swiss, and my only undefeated one was against the person I played in the finals. So to get that sort of revenge is really nice, because in the Swiss rounds I opened with my hands entirely full of triggers, mulliganed everything away, and drew into another 4 triggers. So I was like, okay, I cannot really rush, cannot really play around this, and it was almost instantly over because of that. So to get like a proper match right now is like more rewarding than ever.
And as the finals as well, yeah.
Do you remember the two matches in Swiss which weren't Bruce mirrors?
The one was Eugene, that was in the third round. He wished me really hard, but I decided to just not commit anything because to deny his Eugene play because he needs to retire, of course, to call the top 5. And just take a lot of damage early because my hand was more like high shield value or more PG wise than was shield value. So I was like, okay, I would just instantly go to 5, get my own heals off and deny my opponent heals, of course, to go off. And then just in 2 final rush turns, I killed him. And then the later one was against Buff Sakura, if I say it correctly. And yeah, it was just almost over in the first final rush turn because he was already on 4 at the time.
Nice. Right. How do you feel as final? Oh, continue.
Oh yeah, for the rest, I don't even remember what was going on because I played in AO for the 8 rounds. Then after that, I played into EU, where I got 9th place, so bubbled out of top 8. And yeah, it just was like 16 hours of playing after each other. I was like, okay, I don't even remember what my first round was anymore. It is that I write it down, but anything that I don't remember.
Wow. Okay. All right. Also, apart from feeling tired, though, how do you feel now that you're the champion? You're the champion. Has it been a long journey? Lots of practice?
Yeah. Yeah, I practice a lot with friends. I have 2 really good friends that they also play Bruce primarily. And we had like some discussions going on, playtest against each other on what to do against if you go into the mirror, because what we thought is that most of the people will either bring Bruce or Laronable, and what to do against like your own mirror to win that matchup. And we decided just to try with the rush strategy, try to commit as much as possible in the early game. And don't even like, if you don't really have the right pieces for your final rush per turn, it's okay, because if they're on 4 damage, you don't need the perfect pieces for you to enter into the final rush turn. And we came almost close to the exact same deck build, only with a few minor differences. So like 1 or 2 copies of this and 1 2 copies of this, and we really like compromised the deck to what we have right now.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. And is there any other decks that you're considering in the meta, or just you were just on that Bruce train the whole way?
No, I was really thinking, because I was first like, I want to play Bruce, and I was like, okay, I will just bring this. But then like no of my friends really has Bastion, and I was like, okay, I will just I have the deck on my own, so I was like, I will playtest against myself. And I was like, okay, how does this turn out? And what I came to the realization is that Bruce gets smacked really hard by Bastion when he just goes off, of course. And it's just like on the nick of 5k shield or a heal trick or something like that, that you or win or lose. And I was really tempting to bring Bastion, because what I dislike about Bruce is that it plays a little bit of a chicken game up till the point that you go into your final rush turn, because you don't really have any real skills live at that point. Well, Bastion does, and it is more enjoyable to play if you play like 8 Swiss rounds. So I was almost trying or thinking about playing Bastion, but I stick to the Bruce. Yeah.
Nice. Guys, any questions you want to ask too?
Amar?
Yeah, so the final play just now, from Nuts Attack. What was going through your mind when the first Eden swing, was to your Marjorie instead of your Vanguard?
What I was thinking is he was counter-playing my OT, because the Vanguard also has like the double critical, of course, from the overtrigger that was drive-triggered earlier. So it was like, okay, he wants to deal 2 damage to counter-play around that. And I was like, okay, because he has like many different lines of play, because he can just like attack with his Eden, of course, attack with his Derek, and how do I want to guard against that? And he also had the potential play on attacking with the Eden to my rear, attacking with his Vanguard, resending the Eden so he gets an extra critical, and go for the double critical play. So I was thinking, so from how do those two plays turn out, and how does it play out with my OT, of course, in there. And for his play, he played around my OT, which was smart, of course. I cannot say anything against it. The only thing is, in the on the draw for turn, of course, my OT wasn't on top of the deck. But if he chose to go for a wider board, so attack with the Derek, he would have won the game because my shield value wasn't enough for that. So I was like, what is his line of play? What is he thinking? Because he can also like swing with this Eden and just bluff that he's going with the Eden, let's say, with the Eden play with the double critical. So I was like, okay, is he going to bluff me? Is he just going for the double critical play? So that was going to my mind at that point.
Nice.
Ugh.
Cap, anything you wanna add?
I mean, you did answer the question earlier before saying that the top card wasn't your over trigger. So what was the top card? I think for everybody's sake of mind, what was your top card?
It was Leonard. It was finally Leonard. Yeah.
It was Leonard. Yeah. So yeah, because I think if that 6 damage had been the over trigger, that would have really changed the dynamic of the match, right?
Because I had 4 cards in deck, I think, and then I would go down to 2, and then I would draw for turn 1. But in the final, you would have like 1 card on deck. So
exactly.
It's just end turn, and then of course it's over. But you have many different directions to go from, of course, and I think he chose his way. It's not the wrong way. It's just one way to the result, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, all I can say is that now after that Bruce mirror match, you have definitely proven yourself to be the unrivaled Bruce for AO region right now. So
the Bruceiest of the Bruces.
The Bruceiest of the Bruces.
Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give?
For most, like my parents, that they don't mind me being awake at 5 o'clock, taking a shower or 2 o'clock and everything like that, because that's just it. Of course, to my friends that I play tested with, got some really sweet cards from, got an SP Richard, which made my white deck full of SPs for this event, and of course many different friends that I personally enjoy play testing with, or just casual games, of course.
Nice.
So
nice.
All right. I think. Congratulations, Mizrak. You are the champion of AO region. Really showing some high quality Bruce game at the end. And hope you all the best.
Thank you, man. Have a nice day, guys.
Have a nice day, buddy.
Yeah, you have a good breakfast as well. Breakfast as a champion, man.
Breakfast of champions. And that is the end of the entire run, guys. We just go quickly to the bracket for the one last time. Let's see the journey that all the players took. At the finals, we had Muzrak as the champion, able to defeat Nut, and he was able to defeat Manlong, and then Something all the way, that huge line, while Nut was able to take out Keru and Fried Steaks. And that is it. This Bruce's reign supreme, and Muzrak overall crowned the end. And actually, we just got the notification that Manlong came third. So in the third and fourth playoff, Manlong is third, able to defeat Keru. So actually, I think our top 3 is just all Bruce, right?
All Bruce.
Yeah, all top 3 all
Bruce. If you guys like Weiss Schwarz as well, don't forget that next week, although it is the end of Vanguard, right? We had all the formats being played. Next week, we still have a Weiss Schwarz, so don't forget to sign up. Again, it is similar as the Vanguard ones. All regions have their own tournament, and it will be over 2 days, and we'll still be like top 8 or top 16, depending on players. But yeah, just join in if you want to have some fun with Weiss Schwarz. I'll be there at least. It'll be great to see some of your plays, all right? So, guys, we're about to end. Any last words?
Well, Amar, go first. Go first.
No worries, Cap. It's been a long ride, man. I think you deserve to go first. Go on.
Well, this is the first time that I've actually been able to commentate for Vanguard, and just to be able to do it alongside you guys as well, with Kai, with Amar. You guys have been phenomenal. Thank you for help, for allowing me to have such a great experience commentating for Vanguard for my first time over here, and I'm so glad that I had this opportunity. Thank you guys so much for being such great casters, such great partners, such great teammates. You guys are phenomenal. I hope one day I'll be able to do this again very soon, but at the very least, I'm just looking forward to more Vanguard action in the competitive scene right now. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes. It's good.
Ma? Well, I gotta say it's been insane. I think with the captain for this week, and we've been with Leon for the past two. It's been a wild and weird journey, hasn't it been?
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
It's been weird, but then it has been strangely pleasant as well. We've met a lot of old friends, we've met a lot of rivals, a lot of good people, and then crowning the champions. I think that those are my favorite parts. When it comes to the end of the sessions here. So all the best to everyone. All the best to the EU region and also the NA region. You guys have your journey today. All the best, buddies out there. Do try to win. But thank you all so much. This has been a blast, really.
True. True. And well, it's been a crazy 3 weeks. It's been a great time casting with Amar and Cap for this week and Leon before. But it's been a long 3 weeks. Saw a lot of great games, a lot of great plays, and just saw a lot of Vanguard, I was just seeing all the community get together from around the world, just playing the game, and it's been great. But I'd just like to thank all you guys, as well as the stream. I'd like to thank all the viewers. Without you, this wouldn't have happened, right? Because you guys love VRO, this is happening, and we still have EU and NA coming up in a couple of hours. So if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure to sign in when they're live. And it'll be the same time as pretty much last night as well, or yesterday. So it should be more Vanguard action. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you the production team. Thank you the caster team as well. I will likely see you next week for Weiss Schwarz. So you can't get rid of me yet, but hopefully there'll be some great Weiss Schwarz games as well. And if you like Weiss Schwarz, make sure to tune in. All right, so that is it from us. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you guys soon somewhere.